All right, what is up, Pacefall 2024? My name is GamerBro4533 here, and I am also have another commentator who is in the Discord audio. Say hello.
Hey everyone, this is Drunkle Titus.
All right, so we're going to be commentating for goodgortho's Ocarina of Time run, and the category will be all main quests, glitchless, and it'll be a faster quest of this version. So that means we will not be seeing cutscenes of this. So that's pretty much all I gotta say. So right now, let's just switch it up to goodgortho right now.
Hi, I am goodgortho. This is Ocarina of Time, glitchless all main quests on a modded version of the game called Faster Quest. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started, and we can explain kind of what that means in a moment. So pretty much usually when time will start on Link's first frame of movement, by the way. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, good luck, Gortho. So,
Thank you.
as we mentioned before, this category is glitchless all main quests. So, what that means is basically we changed the category over to be more goal-based a while back, like around a year ago or so, because we had started finding some technically glitchless methods for skipping a lot of chunks of the game. So we wanted to have a category that sort of preserved the general spirit of like what glitchless runs used to be. So we introduced all main quests, where a quest could be something like collecting Goron bracelets or feeding Jabu a fish, getting Nocturne, stuff like that. So the general category will be sort of the general structure of a casual playthrough, where we collect all of our spiritual stones, become adult, beat all the dungeons as adults, and then go to Ganon's castle to finish the game. So right now, Gortho is just doing some basic movement here to collect 40 rupees. We need these to get the Deku Shield, because that and the Kokiri Sword are required to enter Great Deku Tree. So right now she's going for a trick called Bridge Clip. Yeah, just like that. So
Yeah, this trick is mainly like frame perfect, basically.
yeah, exactly. Most collision in this game is actually only one-sided, so you can time a frame perfect jump slash as you're jumping up there, and it pops you right up through the top of the bridge. It's not even a clip at all, even though we call it bridge clip.
Yeah,
So
clips are not allowed in this category.
yeah, no, they are not.
So I mentioned that we were playing on a modded version of the game. What is going on? It's pretty much, you might have noticed, there's no intro, there's no cutscenes. All these text boxes are going by very fast. This is a version that we call Faster Quest. Because this category is so long, normally, usually about 4 hours long, and very cutscene heavy, we play on Faster Quest to eliminate that and get more content in the run opposed to just cutscenes. It makes the run a little more fun to watch and to play.
Yeah, it's very fun to play, and it's a bit easier to watch, but it's also, if you're used to running on the vanilla game, it is a little jarring sometimes, where you'll be expecting a small little cutscene, and then all of a sudden it just cuts right to the next action. It's very fast-paced.
So now we are in Deku Tree. Oh, he's gonna hit me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, almost. Yeah, you can kind of bait those guys, where if they start lunging at you and you stop moving, they will turn around and go back to their starting position, and you'll be able to just climb without having to worry about them hitting you. But they can be a bit of a pain. Their rotation, like when they start and stop, is random, so sometimes you just get really bad luck there.
Also, I forgot to mention, you might have noticed the file name was named Iron Boot. That was an incentive, that one. We can kind of explain why that, like the story behind that name when we get to that part of the run.
Right now, Gortho's doing a trick called B1 skip. Very nice. There's a section of the shallow water there where there's like a ledge, and if you frame perfect. If you position yourself correctly and do a frame perfect like up input during your roll, you can jump off that ledge and skip the entire lower basement sequence, where it like teaches you how to dive and all the other mechanics.
Also, there is one important item that you usually get in this dungeon if you're doing a casual playthrough, which is the slingshot. We actually skip the slingshot in this route. We do not need it. The only time we might possibly need it would be in Dodongo's Cavern to hit these eye switches. But we have a way to get past that without actually using the slingshot, which you'll see soon.
So going into the Goma fight here, Gortho actually pulled out a Deku Stick and did a jump slash. This sets up something called Power Crouch Stab, where crouch stabbing in this game doesn't actually have a set damage value. So it instead uses the properties of the last attack you did. So she did a Deku Stick jump slash, which does 4 damage, which means every crouch stab she does until she does another attack will also do 4 damage. So it and since the crouch stabs are a lot like faster, it doesn't break a Deku Stick, it's a really good way to get as many like high power attacks as you need. And since we're on Faster Quest, the 3.5 minute Kokiri Emerald cutscene is completely skipped, which is very nice.
Yeah, very, very nice.
We actually have a document in the OOT community that was made by someone that says all the cutscenes in this category that you can use to go to the bathroom and the exact length of them. So
Yep.
we just
Shout out to Xwill. I think he made that one.
Yeah. That's how long and how many cutscenes there are in this category. But I'm glad we can skip past those. Now we're gonna head to the castle. Gotta meet Zelda. Also, there's no owls. Usually, you know, you get interrupted by the owl when you're leaving here and a few other places, but we can skip right past those.
Wow, owl skipping glitchless. I can't believe it.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Am I
Actually,
cheating?
there is a glitchless way to do that with swapping weapons frame perfectly. But
that is also not allowed in AMQ.
yeah, true. That
Yeah.
is not allowed.
That is a different glitchless category that we have. That's a little less restricted than this one. This is probably the most restricted category tech-like wise on the main board, I would say.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 pages worth of stuff on the rules page of stuff that's not allowed. Because Ocarina of Time is a very complex game, and there's a lot of tricks that are like borderline, like glitchless or not, like iron boots swimming or weapon swapping to skip owls, stuff like that. So we had to sort of separate the categories for what's allowed, what's borderline, what's banned.
I'm waiting for night because we have a waiting period in the castle where we have to wait for an egg to hatch. So instead of waiting up there, we wait here to make it night to avoid like lag in the market because there's less NPCs here, less people in my way. So either way, we had to wait, so we might as well just wait out there. We got the egg.
And now we're going to Hyrule Castle. We have to wait for it to be daytime, but we're going to Castle now to get Zelda's Lullaby before we move on to the next
Right.
section of the run.
But first, we gotta wake up Talon first because he's on his beauty
Whoa.
sleep. Oh,
That
Oh,
was
that was
so
close.
close.
Oh my
that
god.
was close.
Oh my gosh.
Nice jump slash.
Thank you, thank you. I love this category. This is my favorite category. It's the very first category I ever speedran. It's so good. People, you know, I feel like don't give glitchless enough credit. The biggest thing with glitchless, you know, it's more movement heavy than other categories, and also it's about like very small optimizations. There's always something to optimize. Hello? Okay.
Nice. Yeah, it's a very optimized. It's one of the most optimized categories in Ocarina of Time in general, because most runs like, it is a run that is under 3 hours and 40 minutes, and world records about like 3 minutes off of their some of best segments, which is a lot. You're losing very little time per hour of gameplay. It's pretty ridiculous.
I mean, it is, yeah.
So we're gonna wake him up, and then we are going in to do guards. The bane of my existence, honestly.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Do one of you want to kind of explain how guards work while I do this?
Gamer Bro, you want to take that one?
Drunker, you actually do it for this one. I can't really.
Okay. Fair enough. So the guards here, we have a bunch of different like sub areas with patrolling guards, and the way when they decide to move and stop is random, and when they decide to turn their heads is random. So it is very like random section. You're trying to sneak past all of them. We just do side hops. If you're in the air, they can't actually catch you. You have to be on the ground for more than 1 frame. So if you do frame perfect side hopping, you can actually completely avoid the guards. Otherwise, it is up to luck. But that was very good guards right there.
Yeah, I
that
got
was
pretty
we got through them
lucky.
first try.
Took your time.
That
And
last
we don't have to
set,
watch big cuts.
that
Yeah.
last set of guards, I could have gone right away and tried to side hop past him. He wouldn't see me if I was only on the ground for 1 frame each time. But it can be a little spooky with that guy. You don't want to.
Yeah,
You don't want to get caught right at the end like that, and because you get thrown out.
Yeah,
Back
that's the worst
outside.
part. That's the worst part. I mean, you're all
Yeah,
the
those
way to
guys are
guards,
rough.
And the last one's like, nope, nope.
yeah. A lot of glitchless runs die to those guards. So
It basically can happen to like in any category. I mean, depending basically.
yeah, a lot of categories have to do guards and end up dying to guards, like 100%, MST, GSR. So a lot of categories have to put up with guard nonsense. But we're done with them now, and our next objective is to get the Goron bracelets from Goron City. So we are heading up Death Mountain Trail right now. Well, heading to Death Mountain Trail right now.
This fast text is so nice. These
is
NPCs talk
pretty
so
great.
much.
Oh yeah, a little bit off topic because I'm reading chat. Hello, Optic.
Oh, and CD's in there too. What's up, CD? Shout out to the OT community in general.
Facts.
Great people.
I think another thing that's misunderstood about glitchless runs is that there aren't really any cool tricks. But it's like quite the opposite. It's because you're so restricted on what you can do. People have to get really creative with movement and tricks. So you'll see a lot of that in this run. Just things we do that almost look like wow, was that a glitch? But it's not.
Yeah, there's a lot of like abusing the one-sided collision like we did with Bridge Clip. There's a lot of like really tight movement setups to like barely make cycles. There's stuff like side roll jumping where you get like crazy like jumps or movements that you wouldn't expect that you're able to do. So there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can pull off.
So normally we would have to go to Lost Woods through Kokiri Forest to get Saria's song, to play for Durnia, to get the Goron bracelet. But we come to Goron City and light these torches actually from Durnia's room. And this can light these bombs on fire, which leads us to the Lost Woods.
There's a little bit another off-topic thing. Otzig in chat says like he's playing a game, but he said he can't chat much, but he's here to support, of course, the run and pace. So, yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah, thank you
Pace.
to everyone for supporting Pace. One thing you'll notice, actually we didn't mention it earlier, but you'll see Gorthos doing a lot of side hopping and a lot of back walking. Those just have the fastest movement speed. As child, if you chain the side hops together frame perfectly, it is technically the fastest movement. But the most reliable fast movement option over long distances is normally back walking. So you'll see a lot of those. If you're going around corners and stuff, rolling is also pretty fast, so you see a lot of that as well. So we just have a lot of different options for moving faster, apart from just like walking forwards.
Oh no, I shut off my game. I'm
Oh
dead.
no!
That's terrible.
Yeah, so this is a save warp. We are going to we got the we got Saria song, so now we save and reset the game, and as child, that takes us back to Link's house. This is just like a little bit faster. This is a slightly faster way to get us back to the Goron City shortcut, as opposed to going back through Sacred Forest Meadow and then like leaving and re-entering to get to the Goron City shortcut. So it's just a little small optimization. We'll see a couple save warps throughout the run.
Yeah. So it's a little good shortcut. I mean, for a shortcut, of course, from Lost Woods to back to Goron City. So.
So yeah, my PB on this version of the game, Faster Quest, is 2 hours, 38 minutes. So, can I PB today?
Oh, I believe.
I believe.
Too. So we're gonna get the Goron bracelet here. This allows
Skip.
this allows us to pick up bombs off the ground. Bomb flowers.
Yeah, you can pick up bomb flowers and push larger blocks with Goron bracelets. So that will be necessary as we enter the next dungeon, Dodongo's Cavern.
In order to get into Dodongo's Cavern, we need that. That's the only way to get in there is with this bomb flower up here.
Alright, nice.
Very nice backflip.
Nice.
That can be like a little tricky because sometimes you can land on top of the cave. Sometimes
Yeah, I mean.
you'll accidentally target one of the Gorons when you try to backflip. There's a lot of stuff that goes wrong there.
Actually, like another small optimization in this category is if you throw that bomb a little later than when you pick it up, if you wait a little bit, when Link backflips off of there, he won't get pushed by that large boulder. What am I doing?
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he won't get pushed by it, and it puts you right in front of the entrance instead of like further away. So that's just like one of those weird small optimizations.
Yeah, this run is full of a lot of small optimizations. Like we would make a big deal over like optimizations that save like 7 frames or something. Like it's kind of crazy how far the glitchless runners will go to save just like a tiny bit of time.
So this game runs at 20 frames per second. So when we're talking about something saving, let's say 5 frames, a quarter of a second is what we're talking about. But that's a lot of time, when the run is so optimized.
Speaking of small little optimizations, there is technically something that you can do there. Instead of climbing up that ledge, you can do a precise side hop to have the statue sort of push you on top of it, and you land. You can like side hop straight to the door. But if you do it wrong, there's a chance that it clips you out of bounds and you void out. So it is a little risky and a little tricky to do. So it's not always the best option.
I voided once and never did it ever again.
Yeah, same. So very good Lizalfos fight there. Those guys are tricky because if you do a certain amount of damage to, they have 6 health, but if you do 3 damage to them, I believe, they run away and you have to fight the next one. So we start by doing just like a regular like stick slash, which does 2 damage, and then we store a Deku Stick jump slash for 4. So we're able to kill them without forcing them to run away. And then we're able to just take out the second one, so we don't have to wait for the other guys to like jump around and run at you.
This dungeon can be a little spooky because we don't, optimally, we don't get Hylian Shield before we come here. So the chances of burning your shield are kind of high. So that's kind of spooky. Actually getting that shield early before this temple only, or dungeon only, loses 8 seconds. But in the optimal route, we get it right before we go into adult. I do not want to burn my shield. It ruins my day.
Let's think positive.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Game Boy.
Oh no, I'm done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's technically optimal because like otherwise you have to like go get another red rupee in Hylian Market and then and then like backtrack a little bit before you leave for Kakariko to get the shield.
Stay away from me!
But here we got that red rupee in the pot and we're able to use that for alright, the camera can be a little annoying, so this can be a little scary. We have to make good use of Deku Nuts.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's just like a very small like routing difference, but it makes the run like 8 seconds faster, but also significantly more scary. Like that section was pretty spooky. The section right before the boss room is going to be scary as well. You saw Gortho go into C-up camera there and do some little backflip movements. That was actually to avoid a text trigger, a tutorial teaching how to, teaching about going into C-up and avoiding the spike traps.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. So that was the first flame skip.
Yeah.
So there's 2 flame skips in this dungeon because normally the puzzle in that room requires you to shoot a eye switch on the door, but we skipped the slingshot in Deku Tree. So
Yeah, I think
we
like
have no way to
slingshot. If you
that.
get slingshot, I think it like waits like 1 minute. I
It's
believe.
about a minute, yeah.
Okay.
About a minute, yeah.
So the second one is coming up in this room. This one is way more spooky than the first one.
Yeah,
So
this
I'm
one's a
gonna
little tricky.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. Okay. Sometimes I can get a short hop there. We're good.
Oh.
Well, I
No
think that
worries.
was
I
risky
jinxed
assessment.
myself.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the that's a good way to fail it, because you still have your shield.
Right. This time for sure. What is happening?
Oh,
Yeah, no worries.
Is my positioning off? Okay, let's try again.
position might be a little off.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, I can see a little.
I do not want to burn my shield. Honestly, though, if you're gonna burn your shield in this dungeon,
This is a good place
this is
to
the best
burn it.
place to burn it. Because there's an
'Cause
extra
there-
shield coming up.
Yeah, exactly. There's an extra one right after the bomb chest, and then you can just not equip it.
There we go.
There's
Oh,
nice.
there we go.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah, that was spooky.
It was pretty spooky. But yeah, those can be pretty hard, especially when you first start out running this category. That's why getting slingshot and losing a minute to that isn't that big of a deal.
Basically,
Yeah,
I would
it's a
say I could say like, well, honestly, I have practiced, doing flame skips for glitches back then. But like, honestly, I have sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. So that's why I stick with the slingshot,
Yeah.
even though it wastes a minute. But
So this is gonna be the scary area. She's gonna have to take this probably a little slow. If we burn shield here, there's no convenient place to get a Deku shield until Child Spirit. So
Which is towards the end of the run.
yeah, which is over halfway through. So
There's
we
a
would have to go
camera.
through all of Jabu Jabu without Deku shield, which isn't awful, but it's really not what we want.
I just did a camera manip to bait these keys, pretty much to follow me over here, so I could hit them both in one Deku Nut. Oh, that guy's coming after me. Okay.
Oh god. Yeah, we deloaded him.
So
And now she's doing another
yeah.
camera manip.
This next room is probably scarier than the last, so I need to kind of like listen for these keys. For a moment, please. It makes it easier on faster quests with the fast block pushing. Okay.
All right.
We made it out.
Very nice. Yeah, faster quest is a lot less scary because the block pushing is faster. But when you're on vanilla and you're just like slowly pushing the blocks while you feel them like flying around you, it can be pretty terrifying.
Right. Coming up here, this boss, King Dodongo, aka I call him King Big Boy, cause look how big. I mean,
He's so big.
He's a large lad for sure.
Yeah.
He's also the easiest boss in the game.
100%.
Like some people will just like do trick shots with bombs off the wall just to like make things interesting. You can beat him with bomb shoes too. It's like very easy.
And now he's dead.
Yeah, if I lost my shield in that back room, if I didn't have 2 sticks, that actually would have taken 3 cycles. But luckily, that didn't happen.
So we do have to watch this little mini cutscene thing because it does transform the room a bit.
Yeah.
But the cutscene after this will be
Very, very short.
So I'm picking up the heart containers. I picked up the one in Deku Tree. I'm picking up this one, and I will be picking up the one in the next dungeon, Jabu Jabu. Technically, optimally, those are the only ones that we need. Just those 3. 6 hearts total. And the reason we need them at all is because we skip Goron Tunic in this route. So when we get to Fire Temple, our health determines how much time we have before Link dies in the heat. So that's why we need those heart containers. I also grab one in Shadow because it's easy and it's just safer.
it's a nice little health refill before trials.
Yeah, and Fire Trial, you're also on a heat timer.
Yeah.
And that can be scary without the Goron Tunic.
That is a terrifying trial. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's why, I mean, I hadn't ran, like, AMQ in, like, over a year, but, like, usually I use, like, the Goron Tunic because, like, I just can't trust myself. And plus,
Yeah,
like,
getting Goron Tunic, it loses, I believe it's 53 seconds.
Yeah.
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 And then, like, also, you know, like, the Volgia fight and stuff. I mean, depending how good the RNG is and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Volv
if you
can
get
be brutal.
trolled.
Yeah, the troll hole. Oh, yeah, troll would be the worst thing that can happen.
Troll Hole, honestly, isn't that bad. It's technically faster because the spawn is closer to you, but
Yeah, but if you don't handle it correctly and Volvagia starts flying around, you just die.
yeah, yeah. You have to practice that a lot. But when we get to Volv, we'll explain that more. It'll make more sense. So now...
Not doing fence skip, I see.
No, I do not do fence skip.
Fair enough.
We are going to Domain, Zora's Domain, and I have this chicken. I'm carrying this chicken a long distance because instead of equipping the Ocarina and playing it in front of the waterfall to open it, we actually are just going to use the chicken, the Cuckoo, to get behind the waterfall. Nice.
Nice.
Going from right
Very
side
good.
there, it can be kind of difficult, so...
Alright, now we are going to do diving game. We need to get the silver scale. You're just hoping for one dive.
I'm hoping for decent RNG.
5 dive incoming.
That would be my luck.
I don't
Okay.
know what the best one. Oh, okay, that's actually.
That's not too bad. I'll find a way to mess it up. There we go. But yeah, this is completely RNG. Is it gonna reach? Oh, I got it.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, the pattern of the rupees is completely random. There's specific places like or a specific range of locations where they can be. So like we know what kind of patterns are possible. Like it's not possible to collect them all like on the jump down, unfortunately. But we can do it all in one dive. Sometimes you get like crazy ridiculous patterns. So now we have Silver Scale, and we can go collect Rudo's letter from Lake Hylia.
Yeah, Rudo's letter is the only way we can get past King Zora to Jabu Jabu.
There is a another way you can like pass King Zora, but of course this is glitchless. There's a glitch called ledge cancel. Basically, you just and like I know like it's not allowed, so like that's only like for well as I know like it's for like hundo, so for the current routes.
Yeah.
Because
The ledge
you would
cancel
need
with the bomb
because you would need
shoes.
Rudo's letter for like the RBA and stuff like that. So
But no glitching in my speedrun.
nope,
Besides in
Stop
Water Temple.
glitching.
no glitches
Get some
allowed.
stop.
We
Get
don't-
some stop glitchings.
We don't talk about Water Temple though.
Oh, talk about that coming up soon.
Iron Boot.
My Iron Boot swimming is my favorite glitch. We had Weep skip there.
Yeah.
Normally in Vanilla OT, King Zora scooches over and goes Weep 25 times.
Yeah.
Is it
And it's
25
very
times?
slow. It is 25,
Yeah,
yes.
25. Yep, so no more weeps.
Shoutouts to Danny B.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that too. Danny's crying somewhere from the lack of weeps.
Dang.
Someone check in on Danny, he's crying. Alright, so coming up is our next main quest, I guess, which is feeding Jabu a fish. We had to specify this one because there is technically a glitchless way to get in there where there's some misplaced loading zone collision. Like the loading zone for his mouth kind of pokes out through the top of his head, so you can jump slash on top of Jabu Jabu and hit that loading zone, and you just enter without ever feeding him a fish.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So there's another slingshot skip there. Normally you're supposed to slingshot that I don't even know what that is, like uvula.
The
something.
uvula.
I don't know what that's supposed to be, but you're supposed to slingshot that to open that door, but we just hit it with a bomb throw, and I think that's the last mandatory slingshot in the run. So slingshot completely skipped officially.
We cannot get around carrying Rudo. Actually, most categories really can't get around carrying Rudo around.
This is like a very well-designed dungeon, like from a technical standpoint. Like we've tried to skip carrying Rudo for years. It's kind of ridiculous.
But it's nice to have her because we can use her to throw her at enemies and open doors, like I'm about to do right now. She's actually can be used as a weapon. So this Octor, can you move?
Oh,
Can you get out of my
there-
way?
Oh.
no!
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
Shabom's got you.
I got so baited, man.
That. Oh
I
man.
the
So,
funny thing
if
is,
you
I thought that might happen.
Yeah, so basically, if you lose Ruta or leave her in a different room, she will basically spawn back to the top, I believe. Like,
Yeah,
what
so
room
if
was
we,
it
if we
again?
went back through that door, she'd be gone.
Yeah, I think
So we have to go back.
This has actually never happened to me in a run.
that's actually the
I've
first
never
I've
lost Ruto.
That's actually the first I've seen this. Actually,
But
Yeah, that's
I mean, it's unfortunate, but
obligatory. I've never seen this before.
yeah, then we have
Yep.
to go do that all over again.
Yeah.
Now she yells at you, calls you irresponsible because you left her behind.
So
All the
Spoiled.
shaboms are back.
those bubbles though, that was kind of strange. Usually when I'm over there, they're not just huddled around the door like that.
Yeah, you got trolled pretty hard.
I really did.
yeah, that I did not expect that.
Yeah,
I think
they're
it
usually
loses
a bit
like
further down.
I think it loses like a minute in, or a minute and a half, I believe, right?
Right there, it might be like closer to a minute and a half.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we only got one there this time.
Okay, stay away from me. Thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
Much better.
Okay, so this Octorok, I'm going to kill it, and there's a 1 in 16th chance that it might drop bombs, and when you get it, it's so hype. Oh, we got a heart.
Oh.
I don't think I've ever gotten Octobomb. Actually, no, I might have.
I actually got it in my last run. I screamed.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got. Yeah, yeah, I never did.
All right.
Is Ruto gonna make the noise?
Oh, I'm moving
Nah.
around. Probably not.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, this dungeon is, I believe it to be like super satisfying. The movement and the tricks, but if you mess anything up, it really can lose you a lot of time. Honest, if I had lost Ruta like that in a regular run, my Wii would have been reset and I'd be starting over. That's not really something you come back from.
All right, this room. Oh.
Very
All
nice.
right.
Now we have.
Just want to
now we
interrupt
have
real
Boomerang.
quick. We have a $100 donation from Bandana. It says comment chest fall oops Kirby fall down chest A.
Nice. So that room that I was just in, we used Ruto to throw her at the first enemy. She kills that one. We then throw 2 bombs to kill the others. And then we get the boomerang. We can actually leave her here without her going away. And then in this room, we have to hit this guy 4 times. On the 4th one, when he dies, a chest will spawn, but if we leave quick enough, we can skip that cutscene of the chest spawning, which I just
Very
did.
nice.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. I mean at least you don't have to like wait in there, so you don't have to wait for the chest to pop up.
Yeah, saves a couple seconds in the vanilla game.
Right. Yeah.
Same thing in this room 4 times. This one doesn't have a chest that spawns, but we can still pick up Bruto before the death animation.
Oh, so close.
Perfect.
One more room like this. This next room can be a little tricky. The movement is a little hard. Takes some practice.
Yeah, especially those things like floating around.
What you want to do is you want to move in a circle to kind of get all these jellyfish next to each other so you can quickly kill them and don't have to chase them around.
That's actually a pretty good trick actually right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. And you see she did a Deku Stick jump slash at the end there. That's setting up for our next fight, which is going to be Big Octo. In the more unrestricted glitchless category, there's actually a way to skip the big octo fight with a trick called damage boosting, but that is banned in this category.
But this fight would usually, like, casually use a boomerang. You'd have to throw a boomerang at Big Octo to stun it. But we actually are going to do something that puts us directly behind Big Octo. Let's see if I can get it. And we never even
Yeah.
have to use the boomerang.
Hardest fight in the game coming up right here.
Yep.
Okay, I think that should work.
Her response is funny.
So we're directly behind it. We just crouch stab it, and that's it.
Yep, easy fight.
Impressive.
The hardest
Very
part of that
impressive.
is setting it up. You have to backflip pretty late there, and if you go too early, then you'll still be right in front of it when it spawns. Now we have blue switch skip coming up.
Oh yeah, this can be a little bit tricky depending.
Oh my.
Oh, this mistimed.
Yeah, this is the timing.
Oh, the other one's gonna start like squirming now. Yep.
This Octorok kind of makes this room pretty annoying.
Yeah, I mean, like, if this kind of
This room would be
depends,
free
honestly.
if not for him.
There you go.
Nice.
Okay, so we are going to do a trick that is frame perfect because why not? That looks like a frame late.
Yeah.
I think it. Yeah, that's what I figured.
So we'll do this back up. Pretty much your positioning here is very specific, and then you have
Nice.
to do 2 frame perfect A presses to roll and then open the door. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it saves you time instead of like climbing all the way up there. So
Yeah, usually you would jump down and grab a box to put on that switch and then go through the door. But
we don't have time for that.
yeah, no one
Yep.
has time for that.
Saves us a lot of time. So this is actually no means the hardest fight in the game, in my opinion at least.
It's pretty difficult.
Baronade is, yeah, it's pretty tricky to do fast. So it's got a couple phases. First we have to detach it from the ceiling here with some boomerang throws. Then we do some well-timed boomerangs plus Deku Nut throws to kill the Beeries here. Very nice. And now we have to hunt it down here, stun it with the boomerang, jump slash. We roll into it because it sticks itself in the ground and starts shooting at you until it hits you, and then it gets back up. So by rolling into it, we get it to come out of the ground faster. That was a perfect
That
fight.
was a nice
Yeah, it was
fight.
pretty clean. Yeah, if you miss that second boomerang throw, the jellyfish start rotating around it, and it takes forever to stun it. It loses so much time. So getting that fight in the way you should is very important. We're about to do a second save warp here. We often tie in our equips with the save warps because we're going into the pause menu anyways.
Yeah, pausing and unpausing is like 2 or 4 seconds. I can't remember which. So the fewer pauses we have to do, the better. So if you can have a set of equips like last you until like you have to pause again, then it's like we will specifically route stuff around like what equips we have, so we can pause as few times as possible. And we had to pause to save and reset there. So we did our equips. That just brings us back to Link's house. It's a lot faster to get to Hyrule Castle, Castle Town from there than it was from Zora's Fountain. So now we are going to be collecting the Ocarina of Time and the Song of Time, and we will finally be done with Child 1.
And upcoming will be Adult 1.
Yep. We say Child 1 and Adult 1 because we will have to come back to
Right.
Child again for the child portion of Spirit Temple and to
Right.
get Din's Fire. But for now, we are becoming an adult.
There is a way, like in Spirit Temple, you can do the child section as adult, but this is glitchless, so you can't really do that.
Yeah, you have to like clip through the crawl space, and it's
Not honestly a bad
it-
trick though to do.
yeah. All right, we got the Ocarina, and we got Song of Time. So now we are heading over to the Temple of Time and becoming an adult.
Yes, we do have to grab that shield first, though.
Oh,
On
right.
our way
Yes, yes.
Honestly, like Link ain't go through puberty. He's gonna be evolving.
Yeah, adult is just better to play as in general. Everything that you can do as both ages, it's typically faster to do it as adult. Adult moves faster. He has access to more items. It's just better to play as adult Link in general.
Yeah.
So,
Can't argue with that. Wait, what? What just happened?
what did you just do?
What did you just do?
That's collection delay.
Oh, classic. Yeah.
Oh.
There's a delay between when you talk to a merchant and to buy an item and when you actually get it. And for some merchants, like that shopkeeper, it is pretty large, so it is entirely possible to just walk out of the shop before he gives you the shield. Luckily,
Yeah.
he doesn't take your rupees, but it is very funny when that happens. I've had that happen to me before. It's a classic.
So, Drunk, I just want to ask you a quick question, by the way.
Yeah.
So, have you run AMQ before?
Of course.
I have. I think it was like I ran it like before it got renamed to AMQ.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what my PB is. I think I have like a 353.
Oh, that's not bad.
yeah, Drunkle's time is actually better than mine.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I have a 437, but like that's because like I haven't really much like played glitchless and stuff like that because I'm busy with IRL stuff. That's why I've been doing like shorter categories like with glitches like GSR, and right now I'm holding on all dungeons no SRM.
Yeah,
Nice.
this category can be hard to find time for.
Yeah, same
because
thing
it's
with
so
like
long.
Hundo as well. I mean, I have done Hundo and SRM, but like honestly, like I just don't have the time for that either.
Yeah, it's rough to fit into a busy schedule. That's the one downside of running glitchless is there's a lot of time required for practicing sections and doing full runs, and if you don't have like entire days free, then it is pretty brutal trying to fit this
Yeah.
in, which sucks. My sum of best was like very far off my PV, so I would like to come back to this at some point, but
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I'm trying to do Rust. I'm doing segments and right now, so like try to get back into it since I have free times right now, so that's
yeah.
pretty good.
And you, the viewer at home, should also consider running Ocarina of Time glitchless or any other category, honestly.
Glitchless is honestly a great
yeah.
beginner category. It's
I
just
mean,
the
it
length that
is.
can be a little tricky. But there is Faster Quest, which is what I'm running on now,
Oh yeah, I mean,
which
like,
can make it a lot shorter.
I mean, I would say like glitchless, like AMQ was actually my first category to run with OOT back like when 2020. So like when pandemic started, I had nothing really to do, and I decided like I'll try out OOT because I never ran it, and I've been seeing speedruns of it for years.
Okay, so the first place we're going in Adult 1 is to Dampe to get the hook shot.
52.
52, you think?
50.
That is so
I-
rude.
I'm gonna say 50.
You guys have... Okay, I'm getting this 47 right now.
I'm anticipating a flame hit, so... Because Dampe is a pain and this is a marathon.
I wouldn't say don't jinx it.
I would like to see a 47, but... I know how this race can be.
I'm actually getting pretty lucky right now.
Yeah, this
No,
is actually...
bonk!
Oh, we got a bonk.
Shouldn't
I
talk to him.
instantly jinxed myself.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh, but no flames.
Still, yeah.
Alright.
I call 49.
I still
I'm
say
thinking
50.
49. Yeah.
I'll say 50, honestly. I don't know why. I just don't know why.
Nah, 49.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
So the best time you can get in this race is a 46, like RTA.
Oh, yeah.
So 3 seconds off the best possible time. Not too bad.
Oh, yeah, a little off topic. Someone in chat. Hello, Cubex.
Cube.
This is the worst worst equip in the run.
It is the worst equip.
You have to navigate like all around the item screen to get to because you in this game you can't menu across like empty spaces. You have to jump from one item to the other. In glitched runs, there's even configurations of the menu that make certain items impossible to equip, which is pretty funny. But yeah, you have to navigate like all the way around the menu or change screens forward and back to get hookshot equipped. So it is pretty rough. But hookshot is one of the most useful items in the run, so very important to have that equipped now. I see you don't have hookshot equipped on C down, but
I do
bombs
not.
instead.
I play on
Interesting.
an N64 controller.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
No
I was about to
that.
judge you really severely for your choice of equips.
A lot of people who play on N64 will put their equips on different buttons, opposed to people who play on GameCube controller.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna give you crap for that, but I equipped Deku Stick on C down, so I can't really make fun of people.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't. Can't be talking.
This jump is so annoying.
Yeah, it's basically kind of like 2 ESS, right? When you do it.
Or you can YOLO it.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. Mainly for that trick, I would YOLO or something like that instead of doing. Unless I was on a good pace or something, then I would just take my time.
So we are going up to get magic right now. We will need that. And then we are immediately going to Death Mountain Crater to get Bolero and do something called Tunic Skip. This is where we're going to skip the Goron Tunic and how we will do it.
Yeah, Tunic Skip was massive when it was first discovered. How long ago was that? Like 3 years?
I think a little more than that, maybe. I've only
it's
run
been a
this.
while.
Yeah.
I think it's been like.
I mean, I've been running for like 5.5 years, maybe. I don't
Well,
know.
4 years for me, so. And mainly after glitches, I just started like learning Hundo no SRM.
Yeah, I think it's been like 4 years, 3 or 4 years. But yeah, this skip, like I said before, like glitchless speedrunners make like a huge deal over saving like X number of frames in a
Right.
certain section. This trick saved over 50 seconds, so it was pretty massive. It rerouted like a good chunk of the run. So Gortho's going to be doing it right here.
Please be right. Sometimes I target this wall weird, but we're good.
Nice.
Very nice. So we do a little damage boost there. Actually, that version has actually been around for a while, the damage boost version. But there is a non-damage boost.
Oh.
Oh no,
That's
rough.
wow. Okay.
That's okay.
That's not too bad, honestly.
But yeah, there's a non-damage boost version of the trick that was found a couple of years back, which introduced it to this category, and then damage boosting got allowed back. So
Oh, I want those.
Oh, bombs.
I really want those.
Wait, was
It was-
damage boost like? So when was that found?
The damage boost version has been a thing for like over like a decade or
Oh,
more.
okay.
Like it's been around for a while, but the damage boostless version with the side roll jump was found a few years ago, and it introduced it to this route.
Let's not do what we just did a second time.
Yeah,
Play
let's
it safe.
not jump over the bridge this time.
Remember, baby steps.
I've actually also never done that in a run.
First time for everything. Bolero's my favorite warp song.
Honestly, for me, for my favorite, it's Nocturne of Shadow.
That's a good one.
Actually, wait, no, Minuet.
Minuet.
Which is funny
like
because
Minuet.
we do not use Minuet one time in this run. We have to
Yeah,
learn
no,
it
not
and
at
then we
all.
never use it.
Yeah.
Bolero does get used pretty often in runs though, because Death Mountain Crater is a really good warping location. It's pretty centralized to like everything that you would want to
Right.
get to.
Mainly.
What's your favorite warp song? Type it in the chat.
Oh yeah, another off-topic thing. Yeah, Cube says hookshot on C down is illegal.
Illegal? What, are you crazy?
Are you nuts?
He said the same thing to me the other day.
I think Cube's wrong
Oh.
and slow. No, I'm just kidding. Cube's probably got better PBs than me, honestly.
Cube is actually very fast.
Cube is very. I shouldn't call him slow. He's very fast. I'm not gonna pick fights with better runners than me.
I will.
Fair enough. Yeah. So right now this section here is we're sort of just doing like a bit of item collection. Like we got Hookshot and Bolero, and we are about to get Furor's Wind as well, and then Iron Boots and Serenade of Water. And then we're going to go after we get Furor's Wind. Starts what I think is the best section of the run. From after getting Furor's Wind until the end of Water Temple is probably the best section. It's just Ice Cavern and then the first 3 adult dungeons back to back to back to back.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a dungeon rush. It is very good. Not a lot of cutscenes either in the vanilla version.
Yeah, you're pretty
So
much
it's,
like out of cutscenes for a while here in the vanilla version. Oh,
Yeah, like there's this cutscene, and then apart from post-dungeon cutscenes, the next one you get is like Requiem, which is about like an hour and a half later.
Yeah, around
that
there.
one's not too long though. Like, Nocturne is pretty long.
Oh yeah, Nocturne.
Yeah.
True.
And then after that, it's like later cutscene.
Yeah, I'd say Nocturne's like the longest.
We actually use Furor's Wind a lot in this run. It's pretty useful. It saves some time.
Yeah, it's an entirely optional item, but it saves so much time that it's completely worth getting because we can use it to massively sequence break some dungeons. Like the time it saves in Forest Temple alone, I think makes it worth collecting, and then we use it in every other dungeon.
Yeah, we use it
So
in
it
water,
is-
fire. Yeah, with Shadow and Spirit. Yeah.
It's every other dungeon. And we save at least a couple seconds with Furor's Wind. So
Ice Cavern is pretty notorious for losing a lot of time. It's very easy to lose time here. The ice geese are pretty annoying.
Yeah. Ice Cavern could be a pain in the neck.
We're gonna hit all these guys at once, then get this guy.
nice.
Yep.
No freezer bombs. Sad.
Yeah, it's another
We don't-
place
we
you can
don't
get a
even
bomb drop.
We don't even need them though. You have a pretty healthy bomb count
I
right now.
do. I got those ones from the rock, so. Collect the
Yeah, a
rupees
couple
here.
silver. Yeah, a few silver rupee puzzles.
The coolest
Ice Cavern's
room.
very fun.
The coolest room in here is the last room, or towards
Yeah.
the end.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We do something
Yeah, the
called
block puzzle.
Yeah, there's a block puzzle that normally you'd be pushing the block and climbing up ledges, but we do glitchless jumps, so you'll see what that means in a moment. This room is also notoriously bad. We really need to watch our health here, because right after this we're going to Fire Temple, and Fire Temple we need a good amount of health. Like I said earlier, that our health determines our heat timer, the amount of time that we have, and to get through that dungeon without the Goron tunic we need a certain amount of time, so a certain amount of health. So you really need to watch your health in here.
Alright.
So the first jump. Nice.
Nice.
Oops.
Oh.
That's fine.
The
Yeah.
alcoves on this version of the game, this is the 1.0 version, they do something, the camera is very strange in them, opposed to like the 1.2 version that I usually would play on if I was on vanilla. The camera like completely turns around in the other direction.
Yeah, for faster quest here, this uses the 1.0 version.
There's a few differences between 1.0
Yeah.
and 1.1 and 1.2. But mostly you pay attention to those if for certain glitches.
Right.
There's really not much that affects a glitchless run between the versions.
Yeah, I mean the thing is also like in OT, like for the 1.0 version, like in Fire Temple, like they had like the chance, but they
Oh
removed.
my.
Oh, that's
That's the
unlucky. But yeah, I
That
was
was so
saying,
rude.
yeah, I was also saying like yeah, so like in the 1.0 version, like in Fire Temple, like they had the chance, but that was removed later on for the 1.1 and 1.2, I believe.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Honestly, like that. I mean, that's like probably like one of like the songs I liked with the chant in it.
Yeah, the
Honestly,
chant version's good. Another one is they censored the blood in the later versions, so
Oh, yeah.
Ganondorf's blood in the fight will be red, but in the 1.1 and 1.2 versions, it's green.
I mean,
So it's like he's spitting up slime.
yeah, it's kind of stupid on like Nintendo side when they did that, but like I mean,
on
honestly,
chest.
when they put the when they had Ganondorf like spitting out blood, I mean, it makes sense after that fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that goes hard.
And it's like in that game like rated everyone
Oh my
like,
gosh.
rated 10 and up.
We
I
got the
think.
Iron Boot.
We got the Iron Boot.
Alright. That was our first stop in our dungeon crawl here. Next up is going to be Fire Temple, actually. We swap the order of Fire and Forest. You don't actually need the bow from Forest Temple to complete Fire, so it's we just do Fire first.
Yeah.
It's easier to warp to, like we already have Bolero, and then from here we can just take the shortcut to Lost Woods and then go straight to Forest Temple.
This is probably one of the more spookier dungeons in this run. I lose a lot of runs here.
I mean,
Just, the heat timer can make it kind of difficult.
It is very scary, yeah.
yeah, that can actually be. That's why you use the Goron tunic for this. Even though it wastes like up to a minute, I believe.
It's 53 seconds.
Oh, 53 seconds. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I
nearly
think
a minute.
around that.
Nearly a minute.
Yeah,
so.
nearly a minute. We're not gonna talk to any of these Gorons. It's slow. They'll be fine.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can find their way out. Yeah, that's what I mean here. For this version, you can hear the chants.
Mm-hmm.
That lag.
I was about to say that delicious lag.
That is a consistently laggy spot.
We're gonna collect another key here.
And not free the Goron, hopefully.
No.
Shoutouts to who was it? I think it was Cisco who talked to the Goron in that Ganonless run.
Do you
Still
even
one of the best
know?
Ocarina of Time plays.
Do you even know what happens if you talk?
if you talk to a Goron?
Okay, so I'm doing a camera manip here. To prevent this block from over here that's coming towards me right now from moving. That way I can hopefully get on it. No!
Oh.
Oh my gosh. I'm getting...
Almost.
Okay, so the backup for that is to go into this room early. What I wanted to do was get across the room to the other room where the small key was. But if you fail it, you can come into this room, set Furrow's Wind.
Oh yeah, that's actually that's safety time.
If I had immediately went for this strat, just came over here, set FW without trying to do that camera manip, it only loses 4 seconds to this camera manip movement. So, but because I failed it, it loses a little more time. So we're just gonna grab this key and then FW back to that other room.
Yeah, saves time. A little bit.
And luckily, we don't really need to worry about our magic at this point in the run, so it's not that big of a deal. Let's not get Drunkle-titis here.
Oh yeah, I was doing a run of Faster Quest, and on Faster Quest specifically, the patterns of the keys, like since they're a bit different since you spend less time pushing this block. So I had a key kind of like that.
Almost exactly like
while
that.
while the block elevator was lifting, it just flew in and pushed me off the block, and I lost like a minute.
Oh man, that is...
It was brutal.
I think about that every time I'm on that block. Okay, so I'm
So
about to
do
do
I.
a bomb push here. I don't like my positioning here. There we go. There we go. Pretty much we just drop a bomb. I run up to the bomb. The bomb makes us, pushes us off the ledge to get a little hop. That gives us enough of a hop to get up on that block instead of pushing that block all the way down and climbing. There are multiple ways to do that, but that's the fastest.
Yeah. That's a very fun trick.
It is fun. So here we want to beat this boulder cycle. We want to get over to this other door before the boulder over here starts coming back. So you have to be pretty fast to do that. And we got it. But we're pretty much done worrying about our health for the rest of this dungeon until we get to the final boss. We need good health for that fight.
Oh yeah.
It takes some time to do. You need the time to beat it without dying.
Yeah, the Volt fight is pretty terrifying.
It's, yeah, it can be brutal. Nice.
Oh.
Good bonk.
Thank you.
Not much to say about this room, honestly.
No, I mean, you run through it and fire chases you.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on.
No.
There's little fire dudes who can like jump out of the lava sometimes, but that's usually never an issue. At least not in glitchless, it's not an issue.
So here's another time we're going to use FW. We set it while
Did
the
that torchlight
bomb...
fall down?
I think it might have, but...
No.
We set it while the bomb is exploding, and then while the bomb explodes, we fall as the floor... Sorry, I'm trying to focus. As the floor blows up, we fall with the cutscene.
Yeah, that guy right there can snipe you sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's usually not that big of an issue. So coming up here, we're gonna do a cool little skip to. Normally, you would have to free an extra Goron and collect a key so you could go around the other side of the fire maze, but we can actually just roll through the fire there, and it lets you skip that entire section.
Honestly, like I say, it's more better than saving the other Goron.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
I'm
We
gonna
can just come
grab
back for him later.
some health and some bombs.
I don't think we are.
Oh no, we're not. No, it's screwed.
Forget him.
No, I'm never coming back ever again.
Alright, so we got our Flare Dancer fight here. Flare Dancer is actually pretty unique enemy because he takes from the same damage table that Ganon does. So the only weapons that do actual damage to him are Deku Sticks and the Master Sword. Everything else does 1 damage, which is pretty funny. You just have to like watch him come down. You can knock him out here with Hookshot, Bombs, Bomb Shoes, or the Megaton Hammer. And there we go. Nice and easy.
Yeah, you can climb this ledge before the flame is even gone to get up there quicker.
You have to climb in like the corner though, because
Yeah.
if you try to climb where the fire is and it burns you, it knocks you off. But the elevator goes up anyway, and you have to wait for it to come back down. And it
Yeah,
takes forever.
I mean that's
Or
like,
exit the room, come back in.
yeah, it's not really like honestly like you don't want.
Yeah,
that
there's no good
happening.
option for dealing with that.
Yeah,
It's just embarrassing.
It isn't. It's so
you just
embarrassing.
gotta cut your losses right there, but
That switch,
Spooky.
we side hop onto it because it's actually like 1 pixel off the ground. So it's faster to side hop onto it than it is to just walk
Yeah.
up onto it.
Nice.
all right, and then it's the hammer.
This guy.
He's real. If you don't know that reference, that's from a regular show.
Good show.
Remember, like the enemy, the hammer came from the TV, and then Muslim, what happened to Muslim Man? It was so funny. That's why every time I see like the Iron Hammer, I just think of that quote all the time.
Alright, so we were able to hit a rusted switch through that Song of Time block there. It didn't clip in or anything, it's just there's like a hit radius on that Megaton hammer, and it's able to clip the switch from inside that box, and that is allowed in glitchless, that's not a glitch. So now we got another small key, and we save warped. Save warping inside a dungeon just brings you back to the start of the dungeon. So now we're able to go through this bottom section to get the boss key, and then we will be able to move on to the end.
Oh yeah, there is a way also instead of using the Iron Hammer, you can clip through, but of course it's glitchless again. So, but it's more
Yeah,
easier
you can
that
do
way.
a little jump slash clip to get through those heads, whatever those things are called.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do.
Nice. Good room.
Nice, good quick spins.
Nice
yeah.
one.
Of course, no heart drops, though.
Yeah.
Those things only drop magic, though, don't they? Oh no, they drop hearts.
The
Yeah,
keys,
the
the keys still
keys
drop
does.
hearts, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's keys in that room.
Yeah.
It's been a little while. So yeah, we're using the shock from the Megaton hammer to knock Flare Dancer down here. So we don't have to re-equip Hookshot or use up our bombs. Although Flare Dancer can drop bombs, but our bomb count is good right now.
Yeah,
so.
it's good.
Yeah, I mean,
Usually I would pick up one of the Flare Dancer's bomb drops if I needed to, but
Drop rate, like 50%? Is it the same as Armos?
I can't
less than that, I
remember.
Alright, so we have our boss key, and now it's time to move on. Normally, on like the upper level, when we did that save warp, we're actually supposed to walk out a door and hammer down this pillar to make it so that you could jump over to the boss room. But instead, we're just going to do a little jump to get there. But right now we're farming hearts because
Yeah.
Gortho has like just enough health to survive the Volvagia fight, and that's kind of scary.
ooh, okay,
So we would prefer to have at least another heart.
yeah, another heart.
I'm just
yeah.
gonna grab this fairy so I don't waste too much time farming hearts.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, the
Good
fairy
call.
would just regen all your health. So.
This is for marathon safety.
Yeah.
Because dying to Volvagia is rough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll take one.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
call.
that's a good idea.
Don't mind if I do. Okay.
Especially for like marathons and stuff, like you have a safety fairy just in case.
Wait, what? I don't do this often. I usually
enough.
farm hearts until I'm like, well, this run's dead.
Yeah, you're cool. you're
Everyone's
cool.
always like, why don't you just go get the fairy?
I honestly keep forgetting that the fairy's over there.
All right, let's do this.
Mostly because if I don't have enough health by that point, my run's probably just over anyway, so. Nice not going for the jump slash there, don't want to risk it.
Yeah, I also don't like having to put my sword away here for this jump. Okay,
Nice.
cool.
Very nice.
Let's re-equip the hammer. And safety save.
Very good. All right, so now we shouldn't have as much of an issue here. Hopefully, we won't have to use our bottle fairy. But
So
you never know.
this fight uses a trick called 133. We're damaging Volv's hitbox from underneath by using bombs on a certain crater here. You drop 1 bomb and then 3 bombs and then 3 bombs. So it uses 7 bombs. I'm gonna need to listen to make sure I did damage it. What?
Wait, what?
Oh, got her.
Oh my gosh, that was so spooky. Did I couldn't hear. Did I hit that one?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay. I'm gonna drop another one just in case.
All right.
Okay.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice one.
That was
Yeah. So
pretty spooky.
yeah. So Volvagia has when she's flying around or when she pokes her head out, there's a hitbox on it. But there's also a hitbox underneath the stage that it just like hides underneath the last hole she flew down when she flies around. So during that cutscene, she flies down the hole right in front of Link. So there's a hitbox just right there, and you can hit it with bombs and damage her all the way down to 0 before you ever like damage her, or like actually do damage to her actual hitbox. So it's a pretty nice way to take her out. You can do it with like bomb shoes and nuts as well. There's a few different strategies, but all we have is bombs.
I did not realize my health was so low when I stepped into that blue orb. But
Yeah,
I
that
have a
was
fairy.
spooky.
So I might. Okay, I have 16 seconds. I'm good. Sometimes
Yeah,
you can, if your health is really low after that fight, as soon as you spawn back to Death Mountain Crater, you just die instantly.
That's always fun.
Alright. Now we're headed to Forest Temple.
Yep, we gotta go to Sacred Forest Meadow, get past all the moblins, and learn Minuet, which we will never play.
Nope.
Pull one out.
We're about to do Mido Skip. So usually, coming up here, you would have to play a song for Mido to get past him, but we're just gonna... There, nice.
Yeah,
Easy.
basically it's an easy trick. I mean, all you gotta do is like ESS, run right, and then like just backflip and you clip through.
We should probably mention what that means. ESS is it's a position on the joystick. It's like just outside the dead zone. It's where Link starts spinning in place, but not actually like walking. And if we tap the stick in that range for a certain number of frames, we get very small turns, which we can use to set up different setups. So one ESS turn is 1 frame of ESS position, and it lets us set up that trick there. So now we're gonna get past this big moblin. We were able to do a little side roll jump to get on top of the maze, which is nice. Normally you have to go through all those moblins and kill them, but we're able to skip all of that. So that was a very clean Sacred Forest Meadow.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Forest is also a dungeon that can be pretty difficult, especially at like a higher level when your run starts getting, you know, quicker. You can lose
Yeah,
a
Forest
good
is
amount of
cool.
time.
Honestly, Adult 1 is probably the best section of the run, in my opinion. Forest, Fire, and Water are all fantastic dungeons.
They
And
really
yes,
are.
Water Temple is a fantastic dungeon, as you will see.
It's a lot of fun. And we get to glitch.
That's debatable.
Yeah, we do get to glitch. I'm on team Iron Boot Swimming as a glitch.
Yeah. I mean,
But it's a glitch that makes the run better, so I tolerate it.
did I just get lunch storage?
That would be really funny. Glitched reset.
That's a reset.
Alright, so to start, we're going to be pushing these big blocks in this room to that lead to the bow area. Fun fact, even though, like, canonically Link's not supposed to be able to wear the Goron bracelets, they are required to move blocks of this size. So if you don't have Goron bracelets on, if you use glitches to skip them, you can't actually push these.
Yeah. There's another way. I mean, you can, instead of pushing the blocks, like, you just have to, like, well, I think in one part of the room, you have to climb up one of the ladder, and then you would have to, like, use hover boots, like, the back walk so you can go to the other side, and then you have to clip through, like, the block so you can, like, go through, like, you know, the dirt floor, basically. It's mainly used for, like, GSR right now. It was used for Hundo back then until, like, you know, Jungle Jump was discovered, like, I think
Good
about
old Jungle Jump.
about a few years ago, I would say.
Yeah.
And it saves like at least a minute and a half, I believe.
Yeah, that's a big trick.
Yeah, I tried learning it, like even like I tried learning it, but like I get it like one time, then after that I try practicing more. I just can't do it.
So
Yeah, I never learned it.
we're about to do something called alcove jump, using anti-grav. This method was banned when I first started running this category. You couldn't use anti-grav like that.
Oh yeah.
But, so we had to do another one where you like jump over to there. But then there was a vote and it got allowed again, so. We set FW because we're gonna need to come back into that room. Oh man.
Ooh.
It was a little spooky. I hate floor masters.
Yeah.
Got 'em. Alright.
Okay.
These guys drop guaranteed magic refills, so it's a nice place to top up on magic, because we did use Furor's Wind already, and there's more to come. But like I mentioned earlier, this dungeon makes liberal use of Furor's Wind.
I think we use it 3 times total in this dungeon.
Yeah, it's like once there, like after we get our keys, once to... Actually, we use it like a couple times in the Poe area. We use it like twice in the Stalfos fights. There's a lot of Furor's Wind.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Alright. So we killed that guy, opens up the store, gets the map chest. We don't need the map, we know where we're going, so we just skip it. We don't collect any maps or compasses in this run, they're just not required.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Drunko, what category are you currently speedrunning right now?
I am kind of on speedrun how I did it, honestly.
Whoa,
whoa,
whoa.
You kind of cut out a bit right there.
You got so robotic. That question triggered him. Oh no.
Shoot.
It's okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
There's your answer, gamer bro. Wait, gamer bro, is he coming up like that for you too?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure it wasn't just me. Drunkle, you're like we can't hear you.
Bro turned into a robot.
He did.
Oh god. The robot's
Never
taking
ask him that
over.
question ever again. So we're on our way now to the bow. We need the bow to get through this
Okay,
dungeon.
so Drunko said in chat like he can't understand us right now.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll get him back.
Yeah. So for tech, you think you can fix him?
Rip Drunkle. So this is the Stalfos room. We are going to jump down, fight these Stalfos, and get the key from down here. These guys can do a lot of damage. Usually I'd be worried because I have 3 hearts right now, but I got that fairy and fire, so We're going to set FW, open this chest, and then we're going to return FW. That puts us back upstairs.
All right, my internet decided to function again, so
Okay.
I can understand you guys now.
All right,
You're
he's
back.
alive. He's alive.
Yeah, you asked me about speedrunning, and I melted immediately.
Oh.
I got
I
vaporized.
thought that was a hard
That's what
topic
it
for
sounded
you.
like.
You thought you couldn't handle it. Or I gave you PTSD.
Yeah. No, when I come back to off of my speedrunning hiatus that I'm currently on, I'm probably gonna do either defeat Ganon, no SRM, or first
okay.
dungeon order.
Ganon floor?
Yes.
Let's go.
I went through the whole run with Danny just to find out that this greeter in my Wii doesn't work, and then I haven't gotten a replacement Wii since. So
As
There
you
we go.
mentioned, speedrun hiatus, yeah, I was on that for like at least 2 months before I came back just about last week, because I just didn't really have the time to stream due to like IRL, so it's good to be back though.
So we got the bow. We're going to backtrack a little bit here. We set FW again so we can get back to this room quickly later. Now we are going to... I don't know why I had hookshot and C down. We're going to do our first Poe fight. There is a trick that you can do here called fast pose. It's kind of difficult. I'm still kind of inconsistent with it, but we'll try it anyways. Yeah, you have to get over there pretty quickly for it to work.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that's...
Pretty much.
yeah, the timing's pretty rough.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Luckily, you can knock them out of their invincible phase by throwing Deku Nuts at them, so we can still get some pretty quick kills on the pose.
But the goal of fast pose is to hit them once, hit them twice, and then the third hit will kill them without ever having to use nuts. But the timing is so specific for it.
You can use a quick spin for the last one too. It actually makes the last hit a little bit easier. It's like slightly slower, but a lot more consistent.
Quick spins are a little difficult for me.
Fair enough.
If I
Yeah,
can
you're on that
avoid,
64 controller, yeah.
yeah, if I can avoid a quick spin, I do. All right, boss key time.
Was there other OT runners that use N64 controller?
Danny does.
Yeah, Danny B does.
And I know Arthur does as well.
Yes, Arthur. There's not many. Most people do use a GameCube controller.
Yeah, I mean, I have tried to use a N6 OEM controller when I was trying to first start using OT for the first time, but it was not comfortable for me, so I decided to switch to GC controller.
Yeah, I just use whatever controller is native to the platform I'm on, so when I do categories on N64, which hasn't happened in a while, I use N64 controller, but I use GameCube for everything else.
Yeah. Unless I get like a Rappinet like GameCube adapter or N64 adapter, I mean.
Those are good.
Because like,
Ah, so close.
I mean, depending on like what category or like what category I'm going to do.
We have 2 more Poes to fight in this dungeon.
Oh yeah, off topic. Cube says, could the people on the couch do some jumping jacks for us?
Yeah, get up, Morph.
Let's do some jumping jacks, shall we?
Okay, so this room can be kind of difficult to do this quickly. I'm gonna try to get this. Oh, I got it. Nice. That was crazy that worked.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
So you have to be pretty fast to get that on the second pillar there.
Yeah, very nice. Now we move on to our next Poe fight. Well, we have to go through this little tunnel here.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I was on the right white block.
No worries.
Let's see if I can get this. Oh no, I missed it. Usually you can
almost.
backflip onto that chest and then immediately backflip onto the falling ceiling and just walk through the ceiling to that door so you don't have to wait for it to go back up.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it only saves like a little bit of time, but it's very fun.
Once again, small optimization. We're gonna do a block puzzle here to get this other Poe to spawn.
Speaking of small optimizations, I always started with the block you did second. I always started with that first. Is this like much
Really?
faster than that? Yeah.
It seems a
This
little-
is what I've been told to do. I just do what people who are faster than me tell me to do.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Got him.
Poes were a little rough in here, but we did
Yeah.
it.
Our next Poe fight is a bit different. We got the mega fight coming up next.
The annoying ones.
So Meg is actually different from the rest. There's gonna be 4 Megs. One of them is the real one that we have to shoot, and actually the one that's real will spin in a circle. But you can know which one is the real one before it spins because it will show up a frame earlier than the rest. So if you're paying really close attention, you can see it.
Yeah, the spinning one is always like the right one to shoot at.
One more.
Nice. And now we get to go down to the basement.
We're gonna hit the switch, push this one more time. And then after we hit this switch, we're actually not gonna push this anymore. We're gonna go straight back upstairs. This kind of like resets the room, so we don't have to push the block all the way again.
Fair enough.
And now we are moving on to the Phantom Ganon fight.
Yeah, I'm Ganon coming up.
BG's pretty fun.
As in, like, fun as in awful?
I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah.
I think the fastest strat is very cool.
The fast one is really cool. I have yet to learn that. I like to play it safe here.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you're gonna start by shooting the Phantom Ganon that is the real Phantom Ganon. You can tell it's like a little brighter than the other one. You have to do that 3 times, and then he is going to come out of the painting and start to shoot beams of light at you.
Oh,
You have to hit these back at him, and then we're going to kill him, hopefully, in 2 cycles here.
You don't do the strat with the bow, where you can shoot arrows to like, get him to keep. Oh no, that's ISG. Never
yeah,
mind.
that's ISG, man.
Keep your glitches on my speedrun.
No.
So yeah, that was good. That was 2 cycles. That's the best you can do it with the strategy that I was using.
Yeah,
If-
glitchless 1 cycle is a separate thing where you get him stuck inside the fence surrounding the arena, and you use like a bomb, and it's ridiculous. You can look up the world record if you want to see what it looks like. It's pretty crazy.
Iron boot time.
Alright.
I think Water Temple is the best dungeon in the run. It
I
is
agree.
extremely cool.
It's debatable for me.
What's your favorite then?
I would say fire is, if I'm being
Oh,
honest with you.
Okay. I don't understand that, but I will respect your
don't
opinion.
understand
I will
that.
respect your opinion no matter how incorrect.
Oh, I'm incorrect, huh?
Yes.
All right. Oh man. Okay, I was supposed to unequip iron boots there, but so there's an ongoing joke in the OOT glitchless community, that once you get to Water Temple, you're allowed to glitch, because this what
Yeah,
I'm
we're
doing
about to
right
cheat.
here, where you can like swim around with the iron boots on, is technically a glitch, but it's
Yeah, we're
allowed.
cheating right now. Because the swimming around isn't something that's supposed to happen, and it's pretty benign, except if you do it in like Lake Hylia or Hyrule Field where there's slopes leading out of water. Because if you swim onto one of those slopes with iron boots, then you start swimming on land.
Well, yeah.
So it's pretty busted. So right now, Gortho is setting up a gainer, I believe. We're gonna be doing a trick to. She's gonna be playing Zelda's Lullaby to lower the water, and then we're gonna do a trick here. I'll be quiet a little bit so we can let her do it.
Nice.
Very
Alright,
nice.
nice.
So, so we did something called an untargeted side hop, where if you target and then release target and input a side hop, like during a pause there, you can side hop without the Z target being a thing, which lets you target in midair. And then if you target the wall in front of you, like as you're side hopping down, it redirects your momentum forward. So we call this a gainer. So we can do this gainer to skip to the key on the lower section on the second floor, which normally you have to do like you have to collect a couple other keys like this one and one other, and you have to do sort of a tour around Water Temple to discover all the locations where you can change the water level. This, along with a trick that we're about to do right now, lets us skip all of that.
This one can be a little spooky as well.
Yeah.
This next part is the
Alright.
spookiest part.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, you were
That was, like, way
you were
off.
Yeah, you were way
Yeah.
off right there.
That's okay.
So yeah, so that's a very precise hook shot that lets us get back up to the third floor, and then the jump there you'll see how it works. But it lets us get back up to that Triforce symbol, which lets us raise the water back up to the third level. So you can basically skip like half of the dungeon by doing that, so we don't have to do that tour around collecting keys, visiting all the areas. So we have the two keys that we need to get to the long shot area without having to do any of that.
I'll take it a little slower this time.
Yeah, you can afford to set it up. But that should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Perfect.
nice one.
Yes, now the water's back on the third floor. I don't think we lower the water at all again for the rest of the run, so the rest of the dungeon, rather. So yeah, now we have two keys and the water on the third floor, so we're able to proceed straight to Dark Link.
Yeah, we need to go get the long shot.
Yeah, those jumps and the tricks like that are extremely cool. That's why I love Water Temple. Getting to do those tricks, taking a dungeon that is otherwise kind of hated, to and making it really cool.
Glitchless really makes this dungeon so much better than it would be casually.
Yeah, and then in the glitched runs, in 100% it's very cool because you can do a lot of the same tricks to cut out the really tedious parts and limit Iron Boot usage. And in every other glitched run, you just skip straight to the boss.
Yeah, mainly
and you can do the
either you
dungeon
do
in like a couple of minutes.
like Super Slider ESS or something like that.
Or hammer recoil. There's like a billion different ways to
Yeah.
skip the Morpha. It's incredible.
Yeah, basically like from the entrance like to like the boss room door. Basically like, yeah, you can always either do Super Slider or ESS depending what you're comfortable with. But honestly, I prefer DSS.
This Tektite here can actually be pretty annoying. It can knock you out of bounds if
Yeah,
you're
that's
not
happened
careful.
to me in a run before. I think it happened to me in a PB once.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh, that's
I get some guaranteed magic refill here. And now we're going to do a little setup here with some side hops and side slashes to make the Dark Link fight bearable.
Hello? Okay, there we go. So Dark Link's health mimics yours. The more health you pick up along the way, the harder the fight will take, the longer it will take.
Yeah, so if we weren't doing Tunic Skip, then it would be optimal to come into this dungeon with 3 hearts, because Dark Link would just die faster.
yeah.
But unfortunately, we need extra health. I think the minimum amount of health you can complete this run with Tunic Skip is 5 hearts. But that is really scary.
Yeah, I mean, like, also, like, during that Dark Link fight, I would say, like, honestly, back then, when I first played OT, I remember Dark Link, like, fighting him was such a pain for me when I first played it back then.
Yeah, most people don't know about, like, you can throw Deku Nuts to, like, the side of him, but if you throw them directly at him, he dodges them.
Yeah,
Or you
yeah.
can do the side slash strat, but apart from that, most people, if they wanted to cheese him, they would either use, like, Megaton Hammer or Din's Fire. So those are also valid strategies.
Mainly,
but,
like,
beside-
like, with the Deku Nut, basically, like, mainly used, I've only seen, like, for Hundo, for Dark Link.
Yeah.
Cause, he has less health, obviously, because if you're just starting Water Temple, you only have, like, what, 4 health?
Something like that.
Instead of equipping iron boots here, we just do a jump to get down under there and swim through.
Yeah, taking 1 pause to equip them, 1 pause to unequip them is a lot of time lost. So we do a lot of routing and tricky jumps and such to sort of avoid equipping iron boots if possible. We're actually going to be doing another iron boot skip coming up here. Not here, but
Yeah, not here.
after this.
This is the time to glitch. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, this will be our little secret.
As you can see, like, we use FW for our swim so much. It's like constant. This is probably one of the best items you get in this run, honestly.
Alright.
Yeah, so that jump skips an annoying block puzzle, and there's an iron boot skip. We're able to get just low enough in the water to swim back into this corridor where otherwise you would need iron boots. But yeah, otherwise you'd have to go through a big whirlpool room and do an annoying block puzzle, but we're able to skip pretty much all of that. And now we are heading over to the boss. Quick and painless.
Usually I pick up a safety fairy here, but I don't need it. I still have
Yeah,
one.
Oh, yeah.
you still have one in the bauble, and we're at full health.
Alright.
Oops.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
This room is one of my least favorite rooms in this run.
Yeah, it
I
is
always-
mine as well.
Yeah, you either have to like time this really well, or zigzag a bunch, or equip hover boots to get through this room.
This should
like,
work.
painlessly. But yeah, that looks
Oh, yeah.
good.
Perfect.
Do Morpho Jump Slash.
Huh?
Oh yeah, that's right. This is a faster quest. Never mind.
we're going to pull Morpha over here into the corner.
And
That's it.
Nice.
yeah, Morpho just gets trapped. It's kind of pathetic. It's very funny, but another easy fight.
Yeah.
So that is the end of our dungeon rush. We have a couple things to pick up. We need to collect Nocturne of Shadow, and we need to collect Requiem of Spirit.
Gerudo card.
And Gerudo card, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, we will be heading back to Child. Actually, wait, no, Nocturne is adult too.
Yes, it is.
I'm going crazy. I haven't done this in a hot minute.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're the only
so
one.
after this we head to Gerudo Valley to free the Carpenters. My favorite.
A lot of backwalking about to happen.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. A lot of getting Gerudos stuck in torches.
Yeah. Too bad you won't be able to like Hess for this.
Should I Hess as a little treat?
You would break.
You'd have to do another equip though.
Yeah.
That's true. That definitely would lose time.
Do the extra equip, fail the Hess, have to backwalk anyway.
This is actually pretty comfy though, because you just line up and then you just sit here.
Oh yeah.
It's very snug, yeah. You get to unwind a little bit after the crazy execution that you had to go through for the past like hour.
Oh
Well,
my.
hour in vanilla. For us, it's only been like 25-30 minutes.
This ladder is the hardest boss in the game.
Oh yeah.
It's rough, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Sometimes you like grab the ledge instead of like the ladder, and it looks like you're clipping into it, and people are like, "Oh my god, is that a glitch?"
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but I hookshotted the wrong part of the ladder.
There's a lot of stuff in this game that looks like a glitch but isn't, because this is not the best put together game technically.
It's
But I love it.
it's hard to
Actually-
really define what is a glitch and what isn't a glitch. Pretty much the community, like, you know, looks into a lot of stuff and takes a lot of time researching the game.
The community tears itself apart in voting discussions like once
Yeah.
every year or two. To
We're actually
decide
going
what is
through-
or isn't a glitch.
We're going through a vote right now.
Oh, we are. Oh, I need
We
I
are.
need to check the Discord again.
Yeah. We vote all the time. It's
I love votes. It's very
My-
topical.
my boyfriend who's behind me is a Majora's Mask runner, and the other day he said, "Do y'all do anything else but vote?" Like, it's all the time.
I can't even remember how many votes we've been through since I started running this game.
Me neither.
It's like the SRM votes,
2 glitchless votes since I started.
2 glitchless votes, the GSR renaming, the light node votes.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, the light node votes.
Yeah, there's been a lot.
Ganonless vote.
True, yeah.
Oh.
There's at least 6. So yeah, it's like one a year, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't really interact with DOT Discord like that, except posting like my PBs, and that's it.
That's all you really need to do, honestly.
Yeah.
Go in there, drop a PB, farm some pogs.
Farm them pogs.
Exactly.
I live for the pogs.
Back.
Hello? What are you doing? Thank
Oh,
you.
there you go.
Oh, there she goes. Yeah, you can, shooting a shot at these guys makes them jump, and if you get in the corner and you shoot up, like in a specific spot, like up in the ceiling, they jump towards you and they get stuck in the torch and they can't really move anywhere, so you can just, like, wail on them for free.
And it's actually very easy to get ISG right there, which is a glitch. But we don't use it.
We don't take
Yeah.
advantage of
Yeah.
it, so it's fine.
I mentioned when I said like about like for my when I posted like in the OT Discord for my PBs, mainly a lot of people like in the Discord always compliment like my life split background.
I need to go into the Discord to check your live support background now. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head.
For mine right now, it's like some random, like, anime girl in there.
So we're gonna do this 4 times total. Let all these guys free. We need the Gerudo card to get into Wasteland, which brings us to Spirit Temple. This room, there is a way to quickly shoot this guard that's going to come by, so you don't have to wait for her to walk over here. But I'm not going to do that. Link, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, please, no.
Oh, jeez. There's an attack that the Gerudos can do, which is pretty much like... It takes them forever to do it, like they wind up and lunge at you, but they automatically capture you if they hit you with that, so it's best to not let them get too many hits in.
Yeah,
Right.
it can be kind of scary. This is probably like the worst one to get caught at too.
Yeah, it takes a while to get back to this one. This is like intended to be the last one you go to, because there's no like easy way to pass through the room, I think.
What was that?
What?
Interesting.
Did you see that camera?
Okay.
That has never happened.
Ain't that some?
Ocarina of Time camera strikes again.
Then again, it made it poorly terrible. Oh.
No, what are you doing? Ah! Ah! Okay. Don't
Okay.
panic. Thank you.
Sorry.
And there we go.
See, I had ISG there. That's
Oh my
why
God,
the camera
cheater
looked.
detected.
That's why the camera looked all weird like that when I was side hopping.
You're getting banned. I'm
All right.
reporting you to Danny.
Please
Alright,
no.
so we got the Gerudo card, and we can now move on to the Haunted Wasteland. So normally in a casual playthrough, the Haunted Wasteland, you would, for the second half of it, you would need to follow around a Poe, who you need Lens of Truth to see. But the Poe, like seeing the Poe isn't actually required to pass through. There's a predefined path. He just leads you along it, so we just memorize the path through, and we can
Oh, I
do
missed
this
it.
entire section. So, and we also memorize, like, or use other tricks to find the location of invisible platforms in Shadow Temple as well. So we actually can completely skip Lens of Truth. If we needed Lens of Truth, I think we would need to do an extra child and adult section to go back and collect and do Bottom of the Well. But luckily, we don't have to do that.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah, for this first part, we're just gonna follow some flags.
I don't know why my time of day is different than it normally is. It's strange.
Was it like before? Yeah, a little.
I've done this movement so many times, hundreds and hundreds of times, but every time I do it, I still get spooked that I'm gonna void. You have to look, there's like visual cues you use for where you have to walk. And it's kind of hard to see right now because of the time of day.
Oh, okay.
Alright, we're good.
Nice.
I shouldn't have said that. Now I'm gonna void like last second.
I believe.
Believes. Believers in chat. So, Drunko.
Yes.
Don't ask him the question that made him glitch out before, please.
Oh.
What's the question?
How was your
Hit me.
day?
Pretty good. How about you? This is a very chill section of the run. We don't really have a whole lot to talk about. We just got Requiem, so now we're going back to Child.
Last save warp here.
But yeah, my day's pretty good. How are things from Pace?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
First
Nice.
day of Pace. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
this Zelda block we have here the first
Oh,
day.
yeah, yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I'm loving it.
And then,
Excited
like,
for the TP runs.
oh, yeah,
next.
TP about to be next.
So
Still need to
we
play
are
TP.
going back to Child.
Yeah, I still consider, like, Ocarina of Time is, like, one of my favorite Zelda games of all time. But my sister would probably debate me on that because she says Twilight Princess is, like, her favorite.
Honestly, casually, I think my favorite might be either MM or Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, between
But
Breath of the Wild for me as well.
Speedrun-wise, nothing's come close to Ocarina of Time for me.
I've always loved Ocarina of Time. That's why I started running it. But other than this game, I think
Yeah.
Skyward Sword's up there for me. Skyward
mean-
Sword.
I haven't played that. I need to play Wind Waker, TP, and Skyward Sword.
Oh, yeah, you got to. You got to.
I have copies of all of them. I just haven't played them yet.
I mean, then again, like, Ocarina of Time was actually my first Zelda game I ever played. It was basically on the 3DS when it got ported or something like that. I got 3DS for the, on my birthday. Then I got, like, OT 3D with it.
Nice.
So
nice.
the funny thing about OOT 3D, I don't know if many people know this, but from a speedrunning standpoint, even though it might seem like the same game, it's a totally different game. There's a different leaderboard. It's a different community. It's not involved with the N64 version at all.
Yeah, it's not even just the gameplay changes, but some of the glitches are different. Like they tried to patch a bunch of stuff out, and in doing so, they introduced some new glitches. And there's a bit of overlap. Like stuff will get discovered in one game first, and then in another. Like we found like ISG, and then they had like a harder setup for ISG. They had triple slash clips, and then they got introduced into vanilla OOT afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of overlap and a lot of unique stuff. Like they have invisible seams, which are really cool. All right, so we got Din's Fire. That's the last fairy item that we. No, I lied. Never mind. We need to get.
Wait.
When I forgot about. Oh wait, no. I
No,
didn't
you're
lie.
right. You're right.
For some reason, I thought the fairy fountain outside of Ganon's tower was gold gauntlets, but no.
No,
it's
that's double defense.
Yeah, it's double defense. But yeah, so that's the last fairy fountain of the run, and we have Din's Fire, which is actually required for finishing the run. We have some webs we need to burn, but now we just need to complete the Child Side of Spirit, and we are equipping Hylian and Shield here because there are fire keys like that who will ruin your day.
Not to mention,
Good run.
like, yeah, my bad for not talking as much, because, like, I don't remember much of, like, Glitch with AMQ, if I'm going to be honest. I just started, like, de-rusting this, like, last week.
It's a lot of run to remember.
I mainly
Yeah.
know more about Hundo, because I watch Hundo, or, like, right now was MST, but I was more known for, like, just, remembering more of Hundo strats and all that, since
Yeah.
I did that, like, for
I
over
haven't done
year.
a lot of glitchless in a while, but my memory is like a steel trap, and also I ran this category for like over a year, so
Yeah. Yeah, you get it.
Second
Yeah,
use of
sort of-
Din's Fire already here.
Yep, so we came all this way for a small key, and now we walk back, so it is faster to just walk all the way back than it is to collect those silver rupees. Surprisingly enough, it may not seem like it would be, but it is. Because you have to do a lot of climbing. Okay.
Interesting movement coming back.
That Stalfos was terrifying.
7 bombs. I'm so good, but I'll still grab these. I'm pretty sure these are
Yeah.
routed in.
Yep. Pretty sure. me take out these Walchulas here.
This room's pretty cool if I can get it. The goal is to throw 2 bombs and hit a switch, but also hit a Skulltula on the wall at the same time. Got it, yeah, nice.
Okay, nice.
Ooh, very nice.
I started walking the other way because the camera. And that's gonna open the door and spawn this chest with bomb chews. We need bomb chews.
Although I don't think we need bomb shoes until end of the run, right?
What, Spirit Trial?
Yeah, Spirit Trial. Those are the ones we collect, I think.
I think for, like, bomb routing, right? We technically need them. Because we
Hey,
don't use bombs. The last time we used bombs is in Adult Spirit. And then we use bomb shoes for the rest of the run.
Hmm.
There's a lot I need to remember for glitches when I started to
That must be a route development that was like more recent. Because I do remember using bombs for like a good chunk of the rest of Adult too.
Oops, pulled that way too far.
Yeah, it's easier to do in faster quest.
Right.
This section's a bit easier in faster quests because the Beamos to her right will hunt you down if you like do this wrong. So you're able to get that block out of the way.
I hate this little corner here.
It is rough.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're about to fight our first Iron Knuckle. They will deal a lot of damage.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she
Basically,
needs to heal above 4 hearts because they do 4 hearts of damage. So now we can at least like withstand an attack.
It's a little easier as child than it is adult fighting these because you can kind of just hide under his weapon and it'll never hit you.
right.
Yeah, if you position yourself correctly, the Knuckles attacks always miss you. The same holds true of Adult as well. There's a strat for positioning yourself where it looks really terrifying when you're watching it, but you're able to be completely safe.
Alright, this is the end of Child 2. This is the last
Yeah.
time we will be
Alright.
Child.
Yep.
Short and sweet.
Yep. We're going back to Evolve.
So now we have Adult 2, which just consists of Spirit Temple, then Shadow Temple, and then Trials. And we are doing Spirit before Shadow. I know you can do them in any order, but most people, I think, do Shadow before Spirit because the game sort of guides you towards Nocturne, and Navi tells you to go to Shadow first anyway, but you can do them in any order. Actually, you could do Spirit Temple as soon as after Forest, honestly. You could go back to Child right after Forest Temple, and I think the only item that you... Actually, no, because I think you need Megaton Hammer in there, but...
Maybe. But you cannot go back Child until you beat Forest Temple.
Yeah, Sheik doesn't... Sheik will be blocking the pedestal and won't teach you Prelude until
Yeah.
after you defeat Phantom Ganon.
Oh, yeah.
So we're taking a
Or
little
is it
detour
collect
here.
the medallion? I don't remember which.
It's stepping into the blue orb, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, like, yeah, because, like, when I did Hundo in the past and stuff, like, after, like, Adult 1, you try to, like, skip, Prelude when you do, like, the reverse dot skip.
I'm so used to mashing here. On vanilla.
Yeah, this is one of the best P-break cutscenes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it is, it's like a minute and a half for like the first section of the cutscene where you don't have to input anything at all, and then you just have to do a little bit of text mashing after you learn the song. So that's a pretty peak one.
Alright, we're gonna collect this magic pot over here. Nice bump.
Luckily, the statue there kind of squeezes you a little bit, and it's able to boost you up to grab that ledge, which is pretty sweet.
This room is pretty straightforward. You just collect the silver rupees. There is
It
like,
can be pretty cool though.
yeah, you can get it in like a really fast cycle, boulder cycle, but you have to be pretty speedy.
There's a little backflip you can do out of this alcove, which is pretty cool, but I've never been able to figure it out. And we got a like, which just kind of ambushes you. Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Spooky boulder. But now we got our key, so we're going to be able to progress here. We want to stick to the right side because that like will just eat you, and I mean we don't have mirror shield. Well, we don't have mirror shield yet, but which is good because well, mirror shield won't get eaten by likes, but your Hylian shield will. So you have to kill the like if it swallows you.
Here, there's an invisible floor master here, but if you just push this mirror a certain way, he can't even get to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he tries, but he just gets stuck.
He's doing his best.
Not really.
Gamer bro, don't be mean. There's a cool thing you can do here that I've actually not learned yet. You can actually hookshot this chest as it's falling, and so you'll be over on this hand by the time the cutscene is done of it spawning.
Yeah, that's a very tricky hook shot, but it's very sick. You can set it up ahead of time, but it doesn't really save any time if you do that. You just kind of have to YOLO it.
Yeah. Do some equips here. We can just use Din's fire to get these guys. Hopefully I didn't go too far. Okay, we're good.
All right.
Nice. Now we'll move on here. We're gonna set Flora's Wind during this cutscene, which is pretty nice.
That's kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie. I mean,
Like the door hasn't even unlocked itself.
Right.
The cutscene
And the
is
way
over.
like the camera like shaked a bit, I was like, wait, what the?
And now we're going to take down our second Iron Knuckle. We got a few more of these guys coming up, so. Very nice.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw, it swung its weapon and it kind of just went straight over my head because I was in the right position for it.
Yeah, sometimes he can like push you out of the right position if you're extremely unlucky, and then you just die. Very fun. Not a fan.
This is an awful place to lose a run because you're so far in.
Yeah, anything like after like anything from like adult 1 onwards, you feel terrible about losing runs. It's like, all right, what's the point?
But honestly, like, compared to other OOT categories, this run, when we talk about losing runs, we're pretty much saying, like, we can't PB anymore, so we reset. There's really nothing in this run that will soft lock you from not being able to complete it.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like Hundo where you can like overwrite a crucial item with a bottle or something.
Oh yeah.
It's always possible to finish a run as long as your mental fortitude is good enough.
Right.
Because trying to sit through the last like hour and a half of a run that you know is dead is pretty rough. But it is always possible to finish.
It is, yeah.
Hopefully that door just kind of like stops
No.
existing.
I was kind of slow. He got over to
You
me.
shoot at it. Yeah, the torch slugs just like start gravitating towards you. There's actually something you can do in the less restricted glitchless category where you can get damaged by a torch slug and then roll through the fire here to completely skip that puzzle. But yeah, it's pretty borderline, so it's banned in this category.
This is actually the last room that we're going to use bombs in for the rest of this run.
Another fun fact here, there's some white bubbles in this room, the skull guys, and there's like one version of the game, I think, where if you kill them with Din's fire, the game crashes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It's very funny.
I'm not even entirely sure why it does that, it just happens. You'd love to see it.
Man.
The light puzzles can be a little finicky.
We are heading to Twin Rova. I think a lot of people would agree, probably like one of the worst, if not the worst, boss in the game.
In the game?
Yeah, I agree. It's the
Absolutely worst boss.
It's the worst.
I mean, mechanically, it's like not like that bad. It's just reflecting light, just like you've been doing in the dungeon. But her patterns and when she decides to shoot is completely random. So
Yeah,
you can
that's
just
the thing.
be sitting there for a minute, waiting for an attack that's not going to be coming for like another 30 seconds if you're like really unlucky. Twin Rova herself is a complete run ender.
Mm-hmm. When faster quests, you have to get up there so quickly because they're already flying around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, normally in vanilla you have to like get to the center of the arena before the fight starts, but in this version the fight starts immediately.
So I can tell who's about to shoot because what they do is they'll go over and hover over a platform, and that's them charging up an attack. So if you see one hovering over one of the platforms, you know they'll be the ones to shoot next.
Oh.
So I know the red one is going to shoot now.
And you see Gortho spamming her hookshot here. Shooting the hookshot or just shooting anything at Twin Rova at one of the sisters makes them spin in place. And that we do that, like we wait for Twin Rova to fly into a favorable position to reflect the attack, and then we shoot to immobilize them so we know they stay in that spot and we can hit them with one of the other's attacks. Because it's like the worst thing ever when one of them is getting ready for an attack and the other one just flies out of range and you have to wait for another attack.
So this should be the last one. You only have to do this 4 times.
Like that. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Are they gonna give me? They gave me a 5th.
Oh.
You can cancel this by like shooting at them, but unfortunately they'd already started the attack.
Yeah.
You only need to hit them 4 times, so you can just wait for that attack to be over, and then phase
Alright.
1 would end. But Twin Rova is a terrible boss, so sometimes they just give you extra attacks. Because they can do double or triple attacks, like where they do one immediately after another. And if she queues up a double on her last attack, even if it's like the 4th hit, then the double will still go off, regardless of if the phase is supposed to end or not.
So for this part of the fight, there's actually no RNG involved. For the first part, there's only RNG involved if you fail the 1 cycle. The first 3 shots she does are always going to be the same type of attack.
Yeah, when she's at full health, all of her attacks come in groups of 3 of one type, and then you start damaging her and they become random. But if you either have the big Oron sword or if you jump onto her platform before shooting the last attack at her, you have just enough time to get enough crouch stabs in where you can kill her before she gets back up, like Gortho demonstrated here. So that is it for Spirit, and now we're moving on to Shadow Temple.
Yeah,
Shadow's a pretty cool one, but it is also quite long.
Yeah, too bad we're not doing no boat skip.
Oh, boat skip. My beloved.
This dungeon's pretty notorious for being kind of difficult, especially when you first start running this category. But once you get kind of comfortable with it, it's not too bad.
It's especially tough because it's right at the end of the run. Like, this is the last thing we have to do before trials. So you can get some kind of ridiculous stuff going on here.
At this point of the run, you're probably like pretty tired of watching cutscenes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ready for the run to be over. Maybe nervous, so it can be rough. Also, it's long, so if something happens deep in the dungeon, you get put back at the beginning, and it takes so long to get back through.
Yeah, the whole dungeon's basically like a straight line.
Yeah.
Like, if there's this small detour that we're in right here to get the hover boots, and then it's just a straight path to the end.
Oops.
Hello, Dead Hand. Dead Hand's fun because sometimes he can spawn like out of bounds. He's a very goofy guy.
Yeah,
He is pretty goofy.
It depends.
Also a little annoying when I can't get him to go the way I want him to go.
Oh.
Like that. Okay.
So, alright, so what Gortho is going for there is, Dead Hand becomes invulnerable after those first two attacks, and then after a little bit he burrows back in the ground, but he becomes vulnerable again right before he goes back under. So you can use some visual cues based on his walk cycle to determine when that's going to be, and you can try to hit him with another jump slash and kill him. But unfortunately, she got grabbed by a hand because Dead Hand was not really cooperating with the position he was in. But fight's over, we have our hover boots now, and we will be using them for the rest of the run. Filling them back up on some magic, because we will be using that as well.
So
I'm thinking first try here.
Well, okay, so that's what I was going to talk about. In Faster Quest, it's always first try.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Never
there's
mind.
no RNG involved here, which is
okay.
really nice. Usually here, you'd have to pull this, and since we don't have the Lens of Truth, we can't see which one is the correct one. So it could either be the second pull, the third pull, or the fourth pull. Obviously, the second one being the best RNG you can get. But on this modded version, we just always get the best RNG, which is really nice.
Yeah. Because there's only, out of those 5 torches, it can only ever be 3 of them, and there's a higher likelihood of like one of them than the other 2, so we always pull in that direction first, but it is in the vanilla game, it is completely random, so. Because we don't have, because we skipped bottom of the well in this route, so we don't have the Lens of Truth, so we don't have any way of knowing which one it actually is. And there's going to be a lot of other stuff in this dungeon, like like in Spirit Temple, there is just the Haunted Wasteland and the Invisible Floor Master. But in this dungeon, there's a lot of like invisible platforms and see-through floors and walls, like that one right there, where normally you would have Lens of Truth equipped and you'd be able to see through it. But instead, we just have to know where all of that stuff is.
I have 2 nuts.
That's a little scary.
Yeah, that's a little spooky.
I don't know when the next refill is.
I should have got some in that first corridor I was in, but I don't know if I use them anymore for the rest of the run. I think I might be good.
You can fill up again. I think there might be a drop in like one of the pots and trials.
Oh, this isn't gonna work, is it?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's okay.
Ooh. Well, now you're gonna use your last one.
Yeah, I was way too far left. You ever like know something's not gonna work, but you still do it anyways?
Yep.
And you're like, why
Maybe
did I just do that?
sacrifices.
I literally just said it wasn't gonna work. I did
Yeah,
it
this is
anyways.
gonna fail as I get ready to do
Yeah,
the trick.
it can happen. It can happen.
There we go. That's fine.
I mean, it can
Very
happen to
nice.
anybody, honestly.
Yeah.
You have the courage, and then again, like, you just mess up.
Yet another silver rupee puzzle.
So this room is intended to pull a block out of the wall and climb the block up. Oh man. But
Oh, wait,
we
this
can.
got allowed?
Yeah.
Oh. I did not know that.
You
Oh,
do-
oh, that.
yeah.
That. Never mind. Oh, that was the damage boost version. I thought you were about to, like, pass through it.
No.
Okay, yeah, I keep forgetting the damage boosts are allowed now. Yeah, there used to be a really annoying, like, hover boot setup where you would have to, like, hover and then backflip to get on top of that. But now we just damage boost off of that floor spike.
If you void under there though, it's not that big of a deal. Like I just did a backup. That was pretty easy.
Yeah, because it counts as a new room when you enter there, so it just respawns you right there and you can try again.
And it's nice because if you accidentally void here when you're trying to get onto these invisible platforms, instead of spawning all the way at the top again before the skull is, you'll spawn there since you voided. So there's like a little plus side to accidentally getting crushed by them.
This is another instance of memorizing where invisible items are, because the hookshot targets and the platform that she's standing on, some of them are invisible. There's like invisible spikes around here as well, so we just know where they are instead of just using the lens of truth to find them. Nice recoil. So she drops a bomb shoe there, and then spins it to have it blow up right at the bottom there. And normally you would just drop a bomb or a bomb flower in, but that's a bit faster, and we don't really have the bombs to be using right now.
Man. Okay.
That's unfortunate. We're trying
Yeah.
to make it through this room. There's very powerful fans that start blowing you back down the hallway, and we're trying to make it through before they really start messing with you. But if they do, we can equip iron boots. But
But I'm too stubborn to do that.
good. It's iron boots are for babies.
Yeah.
You're a real speedrunner.
I reset the room and lose time.
Yeah, like a real. That's the fast way to do it. There's not actually anything wrong with equipping iron boots there. It's
No,
a
not at
perfectly
all.
Valid beginners. It's perfectly valid beginner strat.
It's actually probably what I should have done.
Yeah,
But like
probably.
I said, I'm too
but
stubborn.
that's just how it is. We got the key there, and now it is boat time.
Anyone want to get on a boat?
Yippee!
Wait, what are my equips?
Boat.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Can't believe I still remember equips after not having played this category.
That is
for
impressive,
forever.
honestly.
I mean, yeah, it is actually.
I play this
I
category
forgot. I forgot
like
that we needed dins, but
I play this category like every day, and I was like, what are my equips? It's nice when equips just get like burned into your muscle memory, and you don't even have to think about what they are. Your hands just like go to them.
yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Oh my! I have a fairy.
Oh yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting about the fairy.
Yeah.
Yeah, these Stalfos, you can actually get on the back of the boat and completely ignore them, but they do tend to lag the game a bit, so it is faster to just get rid of them, and it makes the game a bit.
And where
better
I'm
to play.
standing on this boat prevents a second Stalfos from spawning, actually. So you just stand here, second one doesn't spawn, and then you're good. We're gonna let the boat take us over here while this cutscene happens.
And then we gotta jump off before the boat sinks.
I've had
Very
a run
nice.
before where I've shot the bombs too late, and I was still on the boat during the cutscene, and I voided during that cutscene because the boat sank,
Nice.
so I couldn't jump off.
We're taking this path around the room because it's an invisible maze. There's some walls there that you only really see with lens. Same with this floor master.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm on the chest. Fun.
Nice. Got another small key, and now we'll move on to the next room. We want to get that magic, yeah. I think there's some magic near Bongo as well, but we need that because we're about to use Dins. And we're gonna need magic going into Ganon's castle. There's only 1 or 2 spots where we refill.
There's actually a magic pot in here, but the other one was kind of convenient to grab. And then
Yeah,
he'll drop magic
It was a big one.
sometimes.
It was right there. So now we have the boss key, and we can head over to Bongo Bongo.
I'm going to set... Oh wait, no, I have a fairy. Never mind. I was going to say I'm going to set Furrow's Wind going into Bongo, but...
Yeah, you're
Forgetting.
fine.
And I actually need to use this fairy anyways before we get to Water Trial in the castle, because you need to use your bottle in that trial.
Yeah, we need to pick up some blue fire. I mean, if you wanted to, you could skip the heart container and use your fairy.
Interesting. But then
It's
that'll
only
make
like a second.
that'll
but-
make Fire Trial a little more difficult though.
Yeah, true.
I
Actually, yeah,
think-
just get the heart container and then heal up right before the blue fire, and then you'll be full health for fire trial,
Yeah.
ideally. That ledge grab always makes me like spooked.
Yeah, same.
I like just walking on top of the platforms. Alright, so we got Bongo Bongo here.
All right.
She's holding down during this cutscene, I hope. Because it stops Bongo's hands from spinning, and it makes him a little easier to target immediately. This is version 1.0, so if we were cheaters, we could drop a bomb down this hole and stun him, and skip this cutscene and kill him like immediately. But we're not doing that. We're taking this like real gamers.
What's funny about this fight is you have to hit Bongo at 150 beats per minute, which is the same rhythm as Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne. So a lot of people
All right.
will,
Very nice.
will listen to Skater Boy while they do this fight.
I don't think I ever have. I just try to pretend like I'm doing CPR, and then I speed it up a little bit.
That's morbid.
I mean, it's 120. It's staying alive, except being played slightly faster.
I listened to a metronome before, and then I hear the metronome in my button presses.
I've had the same thing. Like I have a metronome at home, and I've heard people playing with a metronome, and it just kind of gets into my head. So that is it for all of our dungeons. We now have every medallion. Technically, the only ones you need to get into Ganon's castle are Shadow and Spirit, but in a glitchless run, or at least in this glitchless run, Shadow Medallion requires Forest, Fire, and Water. So I say in this run because in the unrestricted version, there is a glitchless way to get into Shadow Temple without Bolero, or not Bolero, without the 3 medallions. So Nocturne, yeah, without Nocturne. So you're able to just finish the game with Shadow and Spirit. It is pretty ridiculous.
We're in the final stretch here.
Yep, we got light arrows, the fastest light arrow cutscene ever. Normally that cutscene is 4.5 minutes long. On JP Wii, that is. If you're playing other versions, it can be longer. Like I think on German N64, it's a 9-minute cutscene.
Oh yeah.
It is because it's laggy and it's in a longer language. It is rough.
So the
say
fastest
English
console
is
to
bad.
do this category on is actually the IQ, the Chinese console.
Yeah, but if you do runs on IQ, Danny B comes to your house and attacks you.
Yeah, so we don't talk about IQ. Look what happened to MK.
Yeah, MK did IQ, and he was only doing it just to get timing differences, and he hasn't been heard from since.
Yeah.
So I hope MK is doing all right. I haven't actually heard from him in a while.
No, yeah, same.
We didn't actually take him out for running on IQ. Don't worry.
I don't know.
It's an unspoken rule that you
Weird
don't run an IQ
coincidence.
player.
Weird coincidence there.
We're all about preserving the spirit of competition. I hope you guys like Silver Ruby puzzles, because we have a few more of those. This room is pretty cool, because you gotta work around a couple different timers. You're working around the fan timers, so they don't just, like, blow you into the void. And you're sort of manipulating the BMOS in the center of the room, so he doesn't, like, blast you and knock you out of your hover.
Magic here? Yes.
Yeah, there's a magic drop in each of these rooms. We try to pick up as few as we can because it just saves time. But
Oh,
yeah, so we have our bottle equipped here, and Gortho's going to use her fairy. She's full health; she doesn't need to
No.
like heal. But we do need to collect some blue fire in this trial, so we are going to be popping this fairy right now.
That's why getting a fairy and not ending up needing it kind of feels bad, because then you have to waste time here doing this.
Oh, you got a quarter of a
Oh,
heart
nice.
healed.
Nice.
Oh,
It wasn't a
wow.
waste.
Worth it. That's a whole 2 seconds.
We had to use blue fire on here, and then I'm going to spin attack these guys to get through the door.
All right.
That's actually a nice arrow drop too. So the intended way to do this room, you push the blocks a bunch. I don't know, I haven't played this game in so long, but you push the blocks a bunch, and to get over here. But we just do like a jump and then hammer through this ice.
Yeah, more glitchless jumps. Ice physics let you do some pretty crazy stuff.
The next one is Shadow Trial.
Yeah, this one's not too bad. We are going to be collecting gold gauntlets here, because they're just required to get into light trial.
We need hook shot again.
Yeah, long shot hovers.
Oh, wait, long shot, whatever.
Got some invisible platforms, and now we're good. This
Yeah,
will be our
this-
last non-key item collection of the run.
The scariest trials, hands down,
Fire.
yeah, which is coming up
Fire,
next.
yeah. Fire trial is because you're trying to work around some like some cycles with some spinning fire bars, and you're on a timer if you don't have Goron Tunic, which we don't. So it is very scary. It's technical. It's got a lot of technical movement to make the cycles work. So we'll see.
But I have full
all that
health, so
movement right here.
that's really good.
Yeah, full 7 hearts is going to give us plenty of time. Even if you void, you should be able to
Yeah.
be fine.
There's a camera manip you do right here.
A nice little gainer. We did a backflip in midair. Since we're still moving forward, we backflip and it boosts us like up a little bit onto the platform there. Some nice little bit of hover boots movement.
It gets you like cool points.
Yeah, it does. You could grab the ledge, but the gainer lets you land right on top and keep moving without having to get up, which, depending on how well you did the camera manip, might get you hit by the fire bar. You can do a gainer there as well, but she didn't really need to. The torch slug can sometimes aggro onto you, so the gainer just lets you keep moving. But also, if you're like in the middle of a backflip and you get attacked out of it, you just go flying into the lava and you void and you have to start over again.
Yeah.
So.
Or if you like are like target and then you accidentally target the torch slug, it will like you won't get the backflip correctly.
Yeah, you have to be holding target going into it. There's a lot of small details you have to take into account when you're going into fire trial.
I've lost
Like
a run
not targeting at the
there.
right time, at the wrong time, or doing camera manips correctly.
Yeah.
But that was a very good fire trial.
Yeah.
So very, very nicely done.
These trials are going actually pretty well right now.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, yeah.
The next two are not that bad. And then we are moving on to Ganon's Tower. So we are coming up on the end of this run here. This has been a very solid one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
You know, knock on wood, but we still got like double knuckles in Ganondorf.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a giant rupee?
Yeah, you actually get giant rupees if you kill things with light arrows.
Oh, that's right, you use a light arrow. Forgot about that.
I missed the see up for that chest there, but there's some chests in this game where if you see up before it spawns, it can save up to like 10 frames, which is half a second. It's huge. Ah! Nice.
Alright.
Getting that in that cycle can be hard.
All right, one more trial.
Yep, one more.
This is actually one of our main quests, is lowering the barrier here, because there is a glitchless way to completely skip this. Similar to the way you can get into Jabu early by touching misplaced collision. There is a bit of misplaced collision sticking out of the wall across from the water temple the water trial entrance rather. So you can do a damage boost with hover boots and knock yourself right into it and completely skip all of these trials. It saves like 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
In the vanilla game. It's kind of ridiculous.
Oops.
But this category does not allow that. So. I missed the bomb shoot.
Yeah.
Luckily, if you hit that closer switch, you get a chest with 20 bomb shoes, so it's not the end of the world if you miss that.
This room, your movement actually changes depending on what camera you get entering it. If you get a camera that faces left, I believe you do a side hop and side roll. If you get a camera that faces right, you do 2 side hops.
Nice.
Shout out Danny.
Big shout outs to Danny B. Exceptional glitchless runner, great guy. Pillar of the community.
Why am I blanking? I need to like practice these equips, man.
Bottle, yep.
There we go.
Alright.
Alright, last time.
So that is our last equip of the run, actually. Bottle, Megaton Hammer, and Light Arrows is what we're going to be going into the final fight with. And each of these items has its purpose. We're not just equipping Bottle just to have it. Same with Hammer. But that is it. The barrier is dispelled, so now it is time to defeat Ganondorf.
Unfortunately, no PB, but it's okay. This has still been pretty solid.
What was your FQPB?
38.
Oh, okay. Still fairly close.
happening?
Oh, you're getting massacred
my
right
God.
now. Oh my god.
Never seen that before.
Alright, so we're doing a charge spin here. These Dynalphos sort of jump right into you, and then you can do more quick spins or crouch stabs to just finish them off. They jump all over the place. They're wacky little guys.
They
So
are.
we take them out, and then we have 2 more fights after this. A pair of Stalfos, and then a pair of Iron Knuckles.
Oh, we both.
Nice. That one, I usually just have a jump slash stored beforehand, because rolling at that guy, I've never seen him not jump slash.
He always
or
does,
jumping
yeah.
attack. Yeah, every single time, so you can sort of like predict that first attack.
I wasn't sure if I had a jump slash stored. I couldn't remember. I forgot.
So we got our boss key, and now double knuckles here. These guys can be pretty spooky.
Okay.
Best of luck.
My positioning's bad already. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
We're
Jesus.
okay. We are okay.
Well, you just aggroed one of them,
Yeah.
luckily, so you can just treat this like a normal Iron Knuckle fight. Shout out to the one glitchless community race where IVC crashed here. That's another thing. The VC version is susceptible to random crashes. Luckily, we have not seen one of those, but it is very funny when that happens.
I picked up those hearts even though I'm about to get my health refilled. I do that like every time.
Yeah, we're about to get it refilled. Those hearts wouldn't have even done anything, because Ganondorf also does 4 damage per hit, so you would just die instantly. The pots in that room contain guaranteed magic and arrow drops, so if we were low on either of those, we could fill up, because we do need light arrows for the fight here.
But yeah, that double knuckle fight can be difficult. Your position is, it needs to be pretty specific where you're standing, the timing of your stabs, everything.
Yeah, it's very tight.
Coming in a little clutch.
Now this fight we can do in one cycle. You have 2 frames to stab him, in order to get all 10 stabs in a row. So let's try that. We're gonna use the bottle here to save our stored jump slash. Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
That is tough to do. The first 4 stabs are guaranteed, but then he tries to get back up and the 2-frame window starts. So that was like 6 2-frame window crouch stabs in a row. Very not easy to do in the middle of a run.
Yeah,
so,
it's pretty easy to fail that, to just miss the 2 frames there.
Yeah, so that was very, very good fight. But now it is time for the tower escape here.
Collapse! Everyone's favorite.
I love Collapse.
Of course you do.
Collapse is fun. yeah, as a
Ganondorf runner.
yeah. Big fan of Collapse. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward section. There's a few little things you can do to keep Zelda moving like optimally, and then there's one Stalfos fight here, but for the most part it's pretty auto-scroller, so not a whole lot to talk about here.
There are, like, if you see up on these, what are the bars, you can save some frames. That's why I'm C-upping there. But there's, like, optimal movement to do during collapse and optimal strats, but it's all small stuff.
Yeah, that's like, it saves frames every time you do it. I think it's like up to a half second every time you do that. The biggest time save or loss comes up right here for this Stalfos fight. These guys can be a massive pain.
Do you think I'll get the kiss at the end?
I believe.
Believe.
You gotta do the set.
Yeah,
do the setup
believe.
for it.
There's a setup?
Yeah.
Excuse me? I just YOLO it.
I'll tell you when you get down.
Okay. So before I came back to this category, I was running a category called Defeat Ganon. Just recently, within the last year, saw a big route change. That category used to also do collapse, but it was recently found that you can just warp directly to the last Ganon fight. It's pretty nice. So when I had to do collapse again, I was like, oh.
Yeah, Defeat Ganon is a very interesting category. Very cool. It's got a big history to it.
It really does.
For a category that's only technically existed for like 4 or 5 years, but
And the reason we have
Alright.
that category is because... Oh, wait, do you want to tell me the setup real
yeah.
quick?
So when you get to the gate at the very end, target the wall to the right, back hop, side hop into the gate, side roll.
Oh, excuse me? Wait. What? No, I'm YOLOing it.
Target to the right, back. Or never mind. Yeah.
Ah. Too bad.
Ruined. Run
You
invalid.
you said a lot of words.
You're an OT runner. You should be used to a lot of words.
I panicked. I was saying though before that the reason we have a category called Defeat Ganon, you would normally think like, doesn't every run defeat Ganon? Our any percent run is very, very short, like sub 4 minutes. It does like a warp to the end credits. So you can beat this game without actually ever fighting the bosses.
So we're using power crouch stab here again. Ortho did a jump slash right before entering the fight because our sword gets knocked away, but the crouch stabbing trick works with any weapon. So we're gonna use our Megaton hammer to do Master Sword damage. And I mentioned back in Fire Temple, the damage table that Ganon's on, he takes 1 damage from everything except for Master Sword and Stick, technically. But since we're doing Master Sword damage here, we can take him down in only 3 hits, where normally it would take 10. Now we're gonna get our Master Sword back, and it's 5 more hits until...
Oh yeah, it is.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Luckily, we have enough health here to survive him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh, you got it.
now we do not.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
Yeah, you have to roll back and forth between his legs. It might think like
There you go. There you
we're
go.
messing with him right now, but
All
if
right,
you
time
don't
ain't
do
up yet,
that,
y'all.
he'll spin
Keep
around.
your applause.
Timing ends on this final slash. Almost pulled a Danny there. And time.
Nice, nice.
GG.
2:46:44. So like, what? 8 minutes slower than my PB, so not too bad. So this is about a 4-hour run on vanilla.
Around there,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, approximately. That's very solid.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you guys for being here, Gamer Bro and Drunkle.
Yeah, no problem. You
This
got any
was a lot of
shout
fun.
Yeah,
outs?
of course.
Yeah, shoutouts to the OT community. I wouldn't be like running this game at all if it wasn't for the community. So if you're ever interested in
great
speedrunning, come join the Discord. Everyone will help you. Yeah, thank you to Pace for having me, and I'm glad this run went as well as it did.
Drunko, you have any shout outs?
Just the community in general, the glitchless guys like Danny, Smoggy, RTA, Greg, Gortho,
Cube.
Cube, Chef,
Chefy.
everyone who has run Glitchless before. You're all
Clyde.
great people.
Yeah.
This is a category
Clyde.
that's taken like a lot of research over a lot of years, so to be this optimal. So,
Yeah. I got 3 shout outs. So shout out to the OT community out there, whoever is watching, and shout out to my boy Optic at home. Hopefully he comes to the next pace. And also shout out to my sister Taipei at home as well. Too bad she wouldn't be here, but oh well.
I'm really excited for the TP run next. Hundo. Let's get it.
All right.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Thanks for watching, gamers.
See ya, gamer.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.